where's the crossbow?
Oh yeah,
No,
The
like,
crossbow is
just
here. Hello.
I'm finally in my new place and I have much better internet now.
Yes,
Yay!
good for you.
How good is it?
At least 200 megabits per second.
Woo!
Nice.
Haha.
So I think I can finally play FF14 with y'all.
You have actual ping. So while Marching's microphone isn't working, we get to flame the shit out of him. That's the rules. I decree this rule upon this land.
So you see, Joe Biden is a
My man went straight for the fucking pot at the end of the rainbow.
Of course he did.
Oh, my man.
Oh.
Angry typing.
I'm just imagining the keyboard cat, if I'm being honest.
Do I need to have a new window on the stream marching just for you so you can type angrily to everyone?
He's just now.
I mean, technically you can if you just pop onto map tool because I got the server up now. Right.
Marching, have you tried restarting Discord?
Have you tried just restarting the computer?
Have you tried turning it off and back on again? We're terrible. Angry typing. Oh, have you tried plugging it in?
He's too busy with his dine and dash dick girls.
Well, that's in the mod now.
Oh, dearie me.
Friend voted for me. I was like, oh, look at this silly game. And he was like, yep, you're getting that.
Dude, it was you that flagged it to me, and I was like, "Yep, I know who I'm giving this to." Oh, how do I connect?
It might just be a restart job, March, and just try that. If that doesn't work, then I don't know. Smack the headphones. That might work.
Remember to hit the like button and subscribe.
And ring the bell for notifications. And here's a link to my Patreon in the description.
I can't link my OnlyFans because that's gonna get me a strike or something, I'm sure.
Probably.
Nobody can afford her OnlyFans. That's the issue.
Yuni, what do I need to have open?
Right. So this is for Osaka as well. So this is the software that we're going to be using. So the software is called MapTool, which is quite a versatile little thing, and it's free.
Yay!
Which is wonderful.
Right, I'm installing it now.
Awesome.
Same.
So once you get in and sorted, then I can give you all the server details that you'll need. This is my GM copy.
Yuni,
Uh-huh.
I watched a clip from the UK Drag Race, right? I've
Yeah.
had the fucking song stuck in my head all day now.
Of course.
It's so annoying. I'm upset. It's very catchy though.
I imagine it would be though.
It's a good song. God damn it.
Let me make sure.
Installed.
Is it
Blah, blah, blah. It is now installed, yes. I see a big green field.
Yep, that's perfectly normal.
That's the whole world. Well, D&D.
It's just a field. Right.
I'm in.
So what you want to do now is head up to File
Uh-huh.
and then connect to server.
Oh, that sounds awfully difficult.
It's very difficult.
I had to squint for a second because mine is apparently in Danish.
Right. So if you go into the Marbled Fires Discord,
Uh-huh.
there's some kind of server details. So I think when we tried this before, the IP address worked and people were having some difficulties with Braveheart, but you can try. So there's the server password.
Braveheart worked for me when
Yeah.
I searched for it earlier.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So if you just search for the server.
Do I need to like make an account for myself with like username and password?
No,
to work?
no. You don't need a user or anything. You just type in what name you want to appear on.
Alright, because I typed in the server name
Mhm.
and it doesn't do anything.
You have to scroll down the list to get to it.
Oh,
Like, you
right.
click on the name,
Gotcha.
and then it'll pop up. Like you put in the username and password.
Right. I clicked on it and it says I need to have a username.
Yep, so if you just type in whatever kind of username you'd like, there should be like a field for you to do that.
Yep, that seemed to work. You entered the wrong password. Please try again. Fine.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yep,
Hey.
it says you're connected. Right, so...
a campaign.
Alright, so... Just missing marching. That's understandable. Alright, so...
How do you change your username again?
You said it when you sign in.
Ah.
Alright, so welcome to Map Tales. This is the what I dubbed the waiting room.
Nice.
So don't have to worry
Yeah.
too. Oh.
Sorry, is there a way to scroll around the?
Yes. So if you right click hold and his mouse around.
That's it. I was trying middle. Thanks.
Yep. No worries. Because I was about to go into some kind of the controls there for you. Maybe I should just go grab the other one. This one. Right. So right click and hold allows you to move the map around. Scroll wheel to zoom in and out. If you grab a token, let's say, let me just check. This is visible. Yep. I don't actually have ownership of that one. I need to go into the DM version, which is this one.
I'm disappointed that I can't move Marching's token. I tried. It was the first thing I tried.
Yeah, unfortunately I've set ownership, so you can't do that. Right, let me actually do that just now while I'm here. I need to go into properties, ownership. So that's Red and Osaka. Right, you should now be able to move your tokens.
And I'm also eating lunch.
Yay!
What happened?
Cheesy ham and potatoes.
Oh.
Alright, so there's a couple of other things that you can do when you move around. If you left click and hold, but then you just hit a right click, you can like change and do like set markers and stuff to actually show where you're going. And you're also all snapped to grid. Get out of there, Mizzow! You're not allowed in there.
This is my chair now.
Alright, bye. Right, you should now.
Oh my God, how do I turn that
I
off?
just crashed. I think I crashed it.
Yes, please.
You got too excited.
Hang on, sorry, Martin. I'm moving on. It is ticked to you, Mark. Oh, there we go. I have Marching and Marching Beast. There we go.
I say I can still move mine. It's just Osaka that crashed.
Yeah. I now have I have all of this shit on my screen and it won't go away now.
Same.
Yes. Don't do it for too long. You will probably crash your client.
Right. So how much distance was that? What was the cap? 400?
Yeah, so you hit 400.
405?
Okay, yeah. Also be careful with the finger tool. I just saw that flash on screen, so I'm gonna go on to this. So if you hit spacebar, you can get a little arrow that you can use to point stuff out. Like, oh, I want to hit this tree, for example. If you shift and spacebar, you get a think bubble. If you control and space, you get a speech bubble. And if you control, shift, and spacebar, you get a finger. But please be careful, this has been known to crash if there's too many fingers on the...
Please continue with that statement.
I would rather not crash the client if I can. Oh dear.
How do I set volume controls on the chat feed?
If you go to the very top, near the top right, there should be a big volume thing. It's like a bar.
Thank you.
I tend to just mute the whole damn thing.
Relatable.
Hello?
Oh, hello!
Oh,
Okay.
fun. Right, that's it. Fun's over.
It's gonna be super scuffed because the drop down for my headset isn't working.
Nice.
Like
You've turned into me.
it's
In a twisted turn of events.
the it's super scuffed right now. I have a pair of earbuds that I connected into my computer so that I can actually
And it keeps cutting out.
I can actually speak to you guys.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
So like, yikes. Yeah. So you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can
Wait,
fix
I
that.
actually want to something now.
Right. Other things that you can do. So if you select your token and then you hold shift and mouse wheel, you'll flip. Please.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Hey, my headset mic works again.
Oh my god. It actually just swaps places. I hate this.
Marching hates this WandaVision timeline.
Okay.
Somebody
Uh,
get me the
I'm gonna say
doo-doos.
one thing before you continue spinning. Everyone has to load in every single spin. So stop it.
Get some help.
No, I'm serious. Please stop spinning your token.
Yes, you can crash the client if you overspin. Please be careful.
Hold on, I'm gonna get me some Eurobeat and then start spinning again.
I mean, we
Always like this.
do now have the rhythm bot in, so if we do have a music channel, so if you go into music box and then you can throw music in there, I can summon the bot.
Yeah. God. I really do just hate this.
Osaka,
Huh?
Dead again.
are you still spinning, or is that just me loading your spins?
No, I'm not listening.
Okay, you're still manically spinning on my screen. Oh, there we go.
Spin me right round, baby, right round, like a D&D token.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah, so there's other things. Oh, and if you control shift and mouse wheel, you do slower turns. So
Yuni, I'm gonna ask you something.
go.
Do you kind of regret telling us this information now, looking at the idiots we're dealing with?
I mean, unfortunately, you need to know this information because I'm going to get asked a million times. Oh, how'd you do that? How'd you do that?
Look, all I know is that right now I feel like a Windows 95.
Oh, dear
Somebody
me.
get me that maze. Maze screensaver.
Insert blue screen noise here.
Right. Alrighty, so that's just some basic stuff from map tools. Don't worry about combat. We'll deal with the combat related stuff when we actually get into your first fight.
Hunga bunga.
Yes, Unga Bunga handlebars. That's gonna be your first fight. Oh dear. Right. So, now let's get on to actual session 0 stuff now that everyone's set up and in. You don't need to worry about doing all the login stuff beforehand. It should remember it, so you should just be able to tap in, hopefully, next time.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yep, awesome.
If the server is working or is running, then yes, you can just drop in.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right now, let's go on to this bit. Let me just get my notes, because I made some notes to keep track of. Alrighty, so welcome to D&D. Welcome to session 0. I know a lot of people have been a bit excited / impatient. So, let's start with a little bit of team building, shall we? So, let's go down the list. So where's my list? So, start from the top and work our way down. What is one thing you love about RPGs? This could be a favourite moment you've had from a previous campaign, why you're excited to play, whether it's strategy, story, social interactions, or anything else. So, Osaka, kick us off.
For me, it's probably just that things never go as you expect. And I mean that in like all senses. So I remember I've done more M&M than D&D, which is Mutants and Monsters, which is basically like D&D but with X-Men.
Yep.
And I remember it was my first time doing a session, and obviously you see all these things where it's like, oh, D&D, it's so fun, and you're like, okay, that's kind of nerdy. But my friend was like, oh, you can be a waterbender, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like, waterbending is a useful thing. And then he was like, yeah, but you need to use your imagination. And he was like, okay, so you're in this situation, and you see someone up in a window, and you want to listen to them. So what you can do is like send some water up the drain pipe and like listen through the water. And it's stuff like that. It's like you wouldn't think of doing it normally, but yeah, just the customization side and the looseness of it all is very fun.
That's good. Marcin, you're next on the list.
He talking to his parents. I was like,
Yep, he sounds like he's slightly distracted. Mizzow.
The math.
That was my bad. Well, I'll be last.
Okay.
The things I would do for numbers. You have no idea.
I thought it was spreadsheets.
That's math.
You're just gonna have a spreadsheet.
You do
I've never
math
been
on-
less attracted to him in my entire life.
No change there then.
Oh dear.
I don't know. I get a lot out of like goal setting. Anybody that knows what I've done in certain RPGs knows exactly what I'm talking about. Nah. I get a lot of satisfaction out of like small goals that lead into like something bigger, and RPGs are always like fantastic playground to do that. That isn't like just some kind of standard ass sandbox. Unless you're into that, in which case all the power to you, but
Yeah.
give me numbers. I go into RPG turn-based fights and I'm like, screw everything else. I need to mid-max damage.
You're still banned from Artificer.
We'll see how long that lasts.
You've learned you can't bribe me.
Lord have mercy.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Red.
I'm not much for math at all. I much prefer to just kind of immerse myself in the story and the world and the characters, which is probably why no one catches me playing something like an MMO ever. Not that they don't have immersive story modes or whatever, I just don't like playing those types of games with other people. If that makes sense.
Yeah. She says that she plays D&D with 5 others.
I mean, that's different. Like, if I sit down to play video games, I don't do it to be social, but, like, if I load up The Witcher, I currently have, like, not many hours in it, but I'm not out of the starting village yet because I'm just exploring and picking flowers. I'm sorry, Geralt, but this is happening. And I will probably have up close to, like, 1,000 hours if you combine, like, Oblivion and Skyrim together, if not over 1,000 hours quite easily. And I've never completed either game because I just fuck around and do side quests and do all the little NPC shit because I like the story and the writing aspects of it more than, you know, reaching the end goal, so to speak.
Yeah. Good. Vast.
chaos.
Of course. Just
Pretty much that's it. It's just with this kind of shit. It's just
you're just
you completely fuck around and do whatever you want. Like, don't have to follow pre-planned shit. That's why when I was a DM, it was pretty chaotic.
Yeah. Nice. Alrighty. Marcin.
I'm here. Okay. When it comes to RPGs and stuff like that, I've never been a big RPG person, but I do enjoy a good role play fighting thing. It's just recently actually when I started watching
Osaka.
I am okay. You know what?
Yeah, just mute that until it finishes.
How do I stop it?
I'm so sorry.
Osaka. I just hear Mizzow laughing through Red's mic.
That's okay. I got exactly what I needed to do.
Oh god.
But you know,
You're so mean to him.
Stop being mean to our child.
Someone has to be.
You're the worst father.
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
I really do. It's like that was awful.
Yes.
I just enjoy like imagining the like a fight sequence and just immersing myself in that stuff. Especially recently when I first started watching like D&D campaigns and stuff like that. It became really like I got super invested into like fight scenes and fighting like and that stuff. It just intrigues me. Seems like a lot of fun. So
Good. Okay. Next question. Are you most excited about the combat, exploration and puzzles, or the roleplay? Osaka, go.
So, I'm not a huge D&D combat person because I was never a D&D combat person. But stuff like the puzzles I quite enjoy. I quite enjoy the team aspect of that. I don't mind the role-playing side, but I'm also one of the people that sort of like cringes while doing it, if you know what I mean.
Osaka, you AFK and limbs up. Like
I don't roleplay though. I'm just standing there like, oh hello my fellow brethren. I don't know, I can get into that stuff, but I wouldn't say I'm excited for it. It's more like the puzzle and the adventuring and yeah.
Nice. Did the map total crash for you again, or? Oh no, that was from 10 past. Never mind. All right.
the thing is, I can get the error message that Osaka got. Just gotta be careful. No, he can't. No, whatever. But, you know.
Right, Marcin. Now that you're not struck by family.
I'm actually really excited for the combat. The combat is top for me. But I don't know if I'm like if it came in order, it would be combat, then the exploration part, then the
Alrighty. Mizzow.
Unga bunga swing saw. Okay, genuinely it's a little bit of everything. I mean, I like combat where you can just kind of I like combat in the way that sometimes it can be really quick and you're just kind of like getting through to an endpoint, but at the same time you have like that kind of combat where you're literally like a round takes a while because everyone's getting like super into it and super descriptive and shit like that. Honestly, surprisingly, I think the exploration is the big one for me. I love like exploring like places, towns, basically making my DM's life a living hell because I'm like, I want to talk to this random NPC, give me a voice. I want to talk to every person as I walk through the street. I'm that kind of asshole, I'm sorry.
You're gonna make my life hell when I get you into the outer quarter.
So in general, Scott is just going to be the person that means like a session that should have taken X amount of times takes 5 times as long because he's slow at everything.
Yes. Apart from combat, because all I do is unga
No,
bunga.
because you have to sit there and do math. Let's be
Unga
real.
bunga. No, my entire character is unga bunga press attack. Wonderful.
Up until Eldritch Knight, anyway.
We'll see if he doesn't die before then. My characters die at level 1, dude. Trust me, it could always happen.
Red.
My thing that I'm most excited about is probably the exploration or the roleplay. I don't really care much for fighting. So definitely the exploration and roleplay aspects for me.
Okie dokie. Vast.
Well, if you can't tell, since I'm playing a Dragonborn with no tongue who can't speak, my favorite aspect is the roleplay. No, I guess exploration and fighting, I guess.
You guys are gonna love my maps, especially the really big ones. I'm sorry if they take forever to load.
It's a big map.
Okay, I just show hands.
Ah.
Who here, whenever they go into like a new area in a video game, has to explore the entire map and talk to every single person?
I have to
Yes.
ask.
Right.
Why do you think I've not left the starting area in Witcher and just keep picking flowers, babe?
Right. So you're now the problem, apparently. I was gonna flame myself there, but never mind. We know that Red's the problem now.
You gotta. There's no way. You gotta. If you don't just sit around and just ask and search every nook and cranny, I don't know what the hell you're doing.
Alrighty. So
If the first, beg your pardon, but if the first thing you do isn't whenever you spawn into a level in a video game isn't to immediately turn around and check behind you, I don't know how you live.
oh god. Alrighty, so the final little question in here is, as a player, what's one strength that you bring to the group? If someone is struggling with their own strength, let somebody share a strength that they see in that player. So, Osaka, what can you bring to the table?
I don't know. I'm kind of a overthinker, so I mean that in a good way. And I relate that to raids. A lot of the time, like, people will be looking at something and they're like so focused on what they see that they're like, okay, we gotta do this, we gotta do it. And then sometimes you need people that just step away and are like, but what if we do this? Like, maybe it's not the best suggestion, but it's a different suggestion and it gets people thinking. And like, I find that's the sort of person I am.
Nice. Marchin.
What? The question was
What's one strength that you bring bring to the group as a player?
Ooh.
Mizzow, you shut your mouth. You're just gonna flame this poor man.
I've muted my mic.
I'm actually not too sure.
Anybody want to say anything?
Marching's like the one person that actually calls me out my bullshit.
Excuse me?
When we play D&D, if we've learned anything from our few different games, it's that Marching's the one person that just stands up and go, shut the fuck up.
That's why I'm tagging him to you in your backstories.
Nice. Unga bunga tiefling.
I can keep the party focused if I need to.
Nice.
I'll probably do that.
I wonder who's going to be the face of the party. Wink, wink.
The faces of our party are a half-orc and a tiefling. Nice.
The very large charisma tiefling, right?
Yep. Alrighty, Mizzow.
I'm a bit of a self-proclaimed tactician. That's not just a combat thing, okay? As much as I'll be that one guy in the party where if like everybody else goes, what do we do? I'll be like, well, here's 15 fucking options, make a vote. Like even like kind of out in the world and shit, like sometimes there's still like you're running into these situations where it's not like a video game where you can just like talk to people like over and over and over again and just see what happens. When you're dealing with like a world where you're actually role playing it out as if you were actually there, your first shot is what matters. And sometimes it just takes somebody in the party to go, right, that guy in our party should do it because he's got the best chance of getting the result that we want. Yes. You know what I mean? Like,
he has a plus 13 to his roll. I think he needs to be the one who fires the shot.
Okay, Tiefling. There's a video about you somewhere. But nah, I'm usually pretty good at keeping tabs of what everybody else can do. Both in and out of combat. So honestly, you'll find that annoyingly half the time, like I'll go, you should do that, and then they'll turn around and go, why? And I'm like, it's this.
Overload of information.
Also, unga bunga.
Yes, unga bunga.
Look, if you can't unga bunga it, I'm not interested.
Wait till you get fucking Misty Step. God's sake. Wait till I get your familiar, son. Then we're gonna have some fun.
I'm so disappointed that there will be no potted plants in this adventure.
That you know of. I might just make a wizard whose only ability is to make you a potted plant. And then
Myself.
I'll make you an animated potted plant so you can move your pot. You can hop in your pot.
No. Hold on. When you say move my pot, do you mean like I need a penguin walk with it, where I kind of like hobble back and forth, and you just hear clunk, 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 clunk of ceramic? Or do my leaves come down and like pull the pot up off the ground, and I've got two wee rooty legs that I just run on?
You bunny hop in your pot.
Yes. Okay. Making a note of that.
Red. What's one strength you bring to the group as a player?
I've not touched my mic.
Your mic just decided to mute you.
Goals. I don't know. I'm a writer, so I suppose I'm creative, but I don't.
Creative solutions.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, don't worry. You're gonna be like one of the main role players in the group, so I'll be counting on you to kick some ass. Can keep these boys in line. Vast.
Someone left.
That was Rhythm Ball.
Oh,
That was Rhythm Ball.
Robot thing. Gotcha.
It got bored.
I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. I guess I bring that little bit of chaos that can make things more enjoyable. I guess I don't know.
You can make things unpredictable.
Sure, let's go with that.
He brings the cynicism to the group.
Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. Right. Okay, next topic is now scheduling. There's lots of pings in Discord. So naturally we have to kind of discuss how long the group can reasonably commit to playing. So obviously people were just like, oh, we could have like 2-year-long campaigns, it's gonna be brilliant, but we need to kind of be a bit reasonable. So how long are people willing to kind of commit to the game?
Ultimate doesn't come out until 6.1.
That's Mizzow. Mark.
I am down for however long. Like I am not decommitting or anything like that. Like I'm okay with however long you want to commit or whatever.
Okay. Osaka, Red.
I'm up for as long as anyone else is, but with the one how would you put it, like clause that if other things come up, I will give you notice, like way beforehand.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So if it does come to a point where it's like, oh, from now on I can't do things on these days, then I'll let you know in advance.
Yep. No worries.
I guess for us ever how long I'm interested?
Question mark. Bast.
I had to get up. I'll keep playing for however. I mean, I do have an inconsistent schedule, but like I'll fucking play.
Alrighty. Right, so how often do you want to play? Now obviously we can't play next weekend because Marcin isn't going to be there. So do you want to try for weekly, or do you want to go by once every 2 weeks, or?
So what you're saying is, if March's character dies today, we can play next week?
No. Because he's got a reroll on your character.
God damn it. Get the gun.
I cast gun.
Oh god.
Well, there's a couple of aspects here. This comes from slight experience. There's one thing about your players being able to consume content, but there's also the DM being able to create content.
Yes.
Now, as much as everybody knows, you've been going at this for quite a while and have got stacks of content ready to go.
At least two, possibly 3 sessions, yeah.
Well, this is the other thing you need to consider as well. If you want something like slightly consistent, then the longer between sessions, the better it works for you. But if you have less time between sessions, the better it works for your players because they're more tuned in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about getting that balance. But really, you're kind of the master of that fate.
Yeah. Honestly, the longest part is just the map making. That's honestly the longest bit. But other than that, it shouldn't be that much of a bother. So
I would personally prefer bi-weekly.
Once every 2 weeks?
Of course you would.
Yeah.
I'm okay with bi-weekly.
I mean, bi-weekly is actually twice a week if I remember right.
Oh, sorry. Every 2 weeks then.
Yeah, once a fortnight.
Fortnightly.
Fortnite?
Stop.
Fuck off.
Get the gun.
Right. I know we're doing this on a Saturday, so, well, for the time being, so I don't know what Vast's work schedule is like.
Inconsistent.
Inconsistent. Okay, so in terms of game lengths, I'm aiming to go to about 3 hours, possibly more or less depending on what happens, or how long stuff takes. So, are people okay with that, or do you want something longer? Do you want something shorter?
Longer is usually worse.
Yeah.
I think 3 hours is pretty good.
3 hours, the 2.5 to 3 hours is a sweet spot.
I think all the raiders in the house understand the 3 hour limit.
Yeah.
And how everything's like just spirals out of control after 2. That's when the true Unga Bunga begins.
Alrighty. So how long should we wait if someone is late? How many minutes?
0. Kill them off immediately.
They just sit on the naughty step for the whole session.
Well,
A wizard is never late.
no one's playing a wizard.
I can change my mind still.
Yeah,
You can.
she can. She
And
can.
then you can just be Gandalf. He dies, by the way. Spoiler.
I mean, technically.
He just transitions. Just let a man live.
Transitions. Are you saying that he's transgender?
Shh. Don't know for sure.
Can't assume.
I know any straight man that carries around that many fireworks and then successfully manages to put on a show with them.
True. But also doesn't have anything to do with that. But yeah, just
Anyway, what question?
How long should we wait if somebody is late? Let's say somebody hasn't said that they're going to be late.
Every minute after 10, we start deducting 2 HP from the character. And then it's a race against time.
I say give the old Collins roll a 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you're legally allowed to leave.
If someone genuinely doesn't turn up after 15 minutes and hasn't said anything, you know something has gone wrong. I don't imagine anybody in this group isn't just gonna not turn up.
It's
If it's
college.
not, like,
You
an
can leave
emergency.
whenever you want.
If the teacher isn't here within 20 minutes.
Who put it up to
I'm getting so triggered.
Who put it up to 20?
That was Osaka.
It was always 15. This is
Always
fucking
15.
England, man. They just need to ruin everything.
Southern schools.
Oh boy.
So it should be do 15 minutes then.
The extra 5 minutes is because of London traffic.
Which affects the entirety of England.
It kinda does.
London just affects the entirety of the UK.
Touche.
We just cut it off and put it into the ocean.
You know, you're not wrong.
No, I'm vastly correct.
Alrighty. Next on the list is How many players should be absent before a session is cancelled or rescheduled? Let's say somebody can't make it for one session. Should we continue without them, or should we?
I never like that idea.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation. Like, if we're in the depths of a cave about to defeat, like, some dwarven queen or something, then yeah, you kind of want everyone. But if we're just, like, wandering around town trying to gather intel, then it's kind of a... Like, you could find a reason to write someone out of the story for session.
Yeah.
I completely agree. If it's anything combat related, then no. If it's anything like combat dungeon instanced, I guess is the right word, then if one person isn't there, you're done. But you may have genuine sessions where all you're doing for the 3 hours is going between person and dealing with what their downtime is. And if one person literally can't turn up to that, then that could always be something that could be sorted off, like, out of session. So that you're not delaying an entire 2 weeks just to have everybody go through, you know, the downtime aspect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those DM discretion things where you say, okay, you're about to be in a fight, so I don't think we can do this without you. And we're gonna have to cancel session because having one person away from the fight is literally gonna mean the death of the party or whatever. It's just gonna it's one of those DM discretion.
Yeah. Alrighty. That's totally fine. Got notes for that. Obviously, if I'm missing, there's no game. So.
I'm second in command. Chaotic, stupid, supreme.
Fuck you.
Don't be a coward and wait a minute.
If anything, it's March in that second in command because I trust him not to put chaos everywhere.
The true face of the party. But what if he isn't here?
Then it's really over.
then you're definitely not getting onto the server.
Well, yeah, there's also that aspect. By the way.
There's also that aspect.
We're just eternally locked in whatever map was left open. It's like, well, guess we're here now.
It's our life now.
It's like that episode of Still Game where they get stuck in the elevator.
Now, what you have to do is you have to open up an online paint session, and you just have to draw a map on there, and then just have everyone move around.
Where's that oh shit here we go again meme, but it's just the Roll20 website symbol in the background.
Alrighty. Table expectations. So this, of course.
What did you say?
it's a DBTA abridged reference.
Mahogany.
Mahogany.
I have to live with this person.
You don't have to.
Kind of do, babe.
I hate it. I hate it, but I also love it.
Right. So expectations. This one is particulars for marching. I am not Arcadum.
Okay. No,
Yep.
I am not.
I know. Just make sure you're aware of that sometimes. Also, bear in mind, I am still very new to Dungeons and Dragons. I've only played 2 sessions. That's what the 2 sessions where Vash was DMing. So I am still very fresh. So sometimes I am going to be like, okay, give me 5 minutes so I can actually look this shit up because I have no idea what this is all about.
One moment, please.
One moment, please. No, it'll be like 2 texts, please. I'll just throw elevator music on.
Please do. Please have that to hand.
I'll find that song and I'll just have that to hand if I need to do anything like that.
Then we get that every day to give it 2,000 hours later.
So there might be times where I might like defer to you guys just for like, oh, can you explain this sort of thing to me? Because obviously you guys are some of you are a lot more experienced than me. So I will be counting on you not to, you know, abuse my inexperience.
Oh God, I'm terrified of what's going on.
Yeah, I've only just got Rhythm Bot in here. I still need to set everything up properly, so relax, Osaka.
By the way, Osaka, you cannot, you don't determine the volume of Rhythm Bot. Each person individually determines Rhythm Bot.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, you just like you just like right click and it's user volume you deal with.
I love it.
Nice.
Oh, I expected.
It's like being at the dentist.
It kind of is, yeah.
You are now lumber 15 in the line. Thank you for holding. Your call is very important. Hello, this is Sandra at Poleswin. How can I help?
Sandra's now my secretary.
Wasn't she always?
Oh, yes. But now it's just official.
Now I'm not just the sexy secretary. Now I'm the one that actually has jobs to do.
The one regret I have is that I didn't delete the message before Scott got a hold of it. That's my one regret.
Launching. If there's anything in this world that is fact, is that I am faster than you.
That's what she said.
That's actually what I said.
What she said.
Alrighty. So guys, yes, obviously because this is online, feel free to bring munchies to your sessions if you want. If you are going to be away from the table, there is actually a feature in map tools. I need to go in the other window.
In your selected window at the top, you see AFK. You press that button, boom.
Yeah. So if you do need to be away from the table, there's a couple of ways that you can do it. I'm trying to find the other.
I say where?
Where's that?
Click
Right.
Token.
They need to have the window open as well. So if you go to window and
Right.
selected, you'll get a new wee window popping up. These are going to be a fuck ton of macros. This is where all your combat macros are going to be. So
Nice.
they're not set up yet, so I'll need to actually sit down and get all that sorted. But at the very top there is an AFK button, so if you hit AFK it will automatically set you to AFK. So if you ever need to drop out for 5 minutes or something.
Other important windows that you should have: chat and initiative. Those are the three important windows that you should have.
Yes.
Oh shit! Hello.
There's an initiative.
Okay, that reduces the map to a quarter.
You can
quarter of what it was.
you can resize all the windows.
Literally do everything and here to resize the windows and everything.
You could also put them as like sub tabs if you're necessary. That's what I've got.
You can also pop out the windows. It's very freeform.
Yeah.
You can do it. Put it in a place that's comfortable. That's what.
Why is my initiative 5?
Because your tokens aren't set up yet.
5. Because you rolled a fucking 5. How else will you?
Like
See, I think I'm the fastest character in here.
What's your dex?
16, 18, something like that. Yeah, 18.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things I still need to.
Or you rolled a 1 in your initiative.
Yeah, none of your tokens are like properly set up yet, so like all your stats, all your everything isn't actually in your token yet. I'll be doing that over the next 2 weeks. Yes, that's the macro I've been working on as well for you, Mizzow. Your longsword should be fine. Hopefully. Stop it.
This is the unversatile version, I see.
Yeah, so I'll probably need to just sit down. I mean, that was just me trying to work with macros a little bit, so.
Yeah, I was wondering if yeah, I imagine I'm gonna have stuff in here for like every little thing. I imagine like my second wind is gonna be in here and shit like that.
I will try and put all that in there, yes.
Can I do them to make it easier for? I can turn haste on.
Yeah, you can set little things and such like.
Oh, these are handy. Oh well, go on, continue.
Yeah, so I'll be setting up your macros over the next 2 weeks, to make sure everything's okay. I also need to test them as well, make sure that they're actually working. I also need to get this back open. So much pinging. Right. So alcohol, yes. Somebody cracks open a beer.
Cider, actually, you know, right?
Great timing. What can I say? You are allowed to drink. Just please don't be absolutely wasted. That's all I ask. If you want to do a drunk session, I will make a one shot for you guys.
You have
Not sure that cider was nice or not.
Here's a reminder.
It
is going to be 2 in the afternoon for me.
I know, but there's weird people in the world you have to remember. How much is right, so obviously we also need to separate player knowledge and character knowledge. Hopefully everyone here remembers the differences between them. So things that you know you can't just transfer onto your character. It's like, oh, but I know he does this. Yeah, but your character doesn't. So that is going to be in play for this as well. So how do people want to do the roleplay? Do you want to just be like, oh, I say this? Or do you want to actually go like deeper down, like Stranger Things, Critical Role? Maybe not as severe as that, because that's incredibly in-depth, but...
I feel that this will be something that people cringe at initially, and then by about session 3 they'll start to like get more into it.
That's...
It'll evolve, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's how I'm imagining and hoping it will go as well.
I get away with murder because I can just be loud and Scottish, but...
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit. It's gonna take a bit for some things to mesh.
Yeah.
I definitely think if you go for the route of my character says this, it quickly becomes a case of you might not feel as connected to the story and the characters as much as if you were doing it the other way around.
Yes.
It's more engaging to act it out than just speak it.
Oh,
Yeah.
You could always... There's always that kind of... Oh, I just myself like an idiot. There's always that kind of consideration of when you're at a table, what is the default? Are you, and then you make aware when you're your character, or are you your character and then you make people aware when you're stepping back and you are now talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will need to kind of establish what the default is.
Just say out of context or out of
character
context or whatever.
OOC.
Yeah. You'll we got the stuff going on.
Nice.
It'll be obvious if you just make it plainly obvious.
Yeah, like if you're doing something with your character, just make it obvious. Like, I mean, if you are acting out your character, it is going to be quite obvious because you're actually going to be like putting a little bit of emphasis into it. But if you do want to like confer, if it's your turn in combat, for example, and you want to talk to the other members of the group, just say, "Hang on, I just need to I'd like to discuss with the group." I'm like, "Yeah, sure," and you go. Sort of thing, just in case you go, okay, so if I do this and then do that, and I'm just going to, if you don't tell me that you're just asking the group, I'm going to assume that's what you're doing. So
just shouting out your battle plans in the middle of the field for your enemies to hear. And then that becomes character knowledge.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I sneak up to the door, and then the door suddenly opens because they heard me say that.
So I am making personal side quests for everyone. I am also trying to do other things. So if you want to be in the spotlight, if you want it, then I am making plans for it. If that's something you're not really comfortable with, you can let me know either in DMs or whenever, and we can try and work around it. So they don't want one person hogging everything. So Mizzow, you might be loud and Scottish, but that doesn't mean you can steal the whole party.
I have a charisma of 10. I don't think that's gonna happen very well.
Unga bunga, you still got laid.
I'm gonna be loud. I mean, yes. You know, just because you're the loud one doesn't mean you're, you know.
Yeah, but I also know that in combat you can be quite, especially just from my 14 experience, when we do get into combat you can be a little bit like controlly. So
there's probably a reason for that in 14 though.
There's probably a reason for that.
Right,
Glad someone else is calling you out.
I'm good at what I do.
I'm gonna be quiet for now.
On as a tangent to that and to your previous question of like able expectations, this kind of comes at you. I expect you to be fair.
Yes.
Yeah, as much as I don't expect anybody here to be a rules lawyer, sometimes, you know, it's more the rule of cool, if anybody has heard that term. Sometimes takes priority, but at the same time, how you're talking about like all like giving people spotlight and things like that, like it's if someone is like being left in the shadows a little bit, unless they're, you know, literally a rogue and that's what they want to do, right? Then it's also our job as players to try and get them to like interact and be part of the conversation or whatever, as much as it is yours.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's if one person seems to be constantly getting like DM attention, or if one person specifically isn't, that becomes like very obvious very quickly.
Yes. Don't be afraid to call me out if I'm doing something stupid as well. So if I'm giving someone too much attention, if I'm ignoring somebody else for some odd reason, don't be afraid to call me out. Like, I can't fix something if I don't know about it, sort of thing. So
especially in things like combat, sometimes, so again, there's like rule of cool, sometimes you might let us get away with like the occasional bit of dumb shit.
Yes.
But if we're happy to take that, we need to be happy to accept that sometimes dumb shit's gonna get thrown at us.
Yes.
And anybody that isn't cool with that should arrange that with the DM so that you never get to do cool shit.
Alrighty.
I physically moved away from my mic there.
Drop mic, that's what had been my TED talk. So as for the story, I would like you guys to kind of contribute, and I know you guys are going to do weird and wonderful things to the story. I'm semi-hoping on it, because I have, like with all my stories, I have a start position, some stuff I can throw in the middle, and an end goal, but there's still a lot of gaps in between, so I'm hoping your dumb shit will make up a lot of story as well. So don't be afraid to go off in wild tangents, because I can always, like, if I see you heading towards a cliff edge, I can always steer you back onto the plot if necessary. So I am hoping that you guys are going to kind of jump in and break everything that I've worked so hard to do. Okay, so obviously there's going to be a couple times where we need to retcon something, or we kind of put the reversers back on something. That could be because either I've done something wrong, like I've misrepresented a scene or a creature or something, or if a player has doing something, like describing something as a joke but didn't come across that way, and they're just like, wait, no, I meant it as a joke. And also we can retcon if you haven't rolled for something. That's also another point I want to make. If I see players randomly rolling something and I haven't told you to roll and you haven't told me why you're rolling, I'm going to ignore you. So if you want to do a check of some description, let me know what your check is. Let me know what you need to do that check, and then you can roll for it. So don't just like start randomly rolling and saying, oh, I'm going to do a perception check based on whatever that roll was. So just be a little bit courteous in terms of in that regard. Now I don't see this happening seriously. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Player versus player. I will allow this in social interactions, but not in actual combat. Because I don't want you guys physically killing each other. If I can avoid it. That means you may dunk a potted planted friend.
You can't stop me once I get death touch.
He's touching me. I'm not even touching you.
Oh, it's so true.
It's so true.
Oh, it's so true. I hate it.
So yeah, if there is like RP going on and two characters are getting a little bit upset with each other, I will allow some non-detrimental kind of like
Question.
PvP. Go.
Can I Thunderwave Scott?
Yes, but it probably won't do any damage. He still has to make the save though. It will bloody him, but it won't take damage off.
Thunderwave
It would just knock
a
him back.
dexterity save.
Thunderwave's a con save.
Thunderwave's a con save. That's even worse.
Fair for me.
Better for you, yeah.
Yeah, you need to do something that requires charisma or wisdom. No, your wisdom is relatively good, isn't it?
It's
You need something that requires a
above
dex
0,
save.
that's all that matters. You need to hit me right in the social class if you want to hurt me.
Charmed person.
Right, so obviously there's going to be a couple times when we might have some rule breaking. Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll just be like a wee accidental, like, oh, but I thought we could do this. And I going, no. Now, if we were at a physical table, I could just fire you a disapproving look, and that could probably silence you. But because we're VR, because we are virtual, I'll probably just have to, like, poke you or something.
You need a button, Yuni.
Yeah, there is a button. It does this. Or if I really wanted to. So,
happened there?
oh, you weren't in Map Tales, were you? You fool. That's because you're a fool.
Nice. Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no, what have we done?
Careful with the finger. Yeah, actually, like, legitimately stop.
Is everyone spamming the finger?
No.
Not everyone. Like, don't do it because it's actually going. It may
Yeah.
actually crash the computer.
Yeah. For some strange obscure reason, the finger actually can crash if there's too many on the screen at one time, and it will just completely crash your client. It will also crash me. So
Worse.
yeah,
So only no do that.
Gonna not do that, or at least only do it for a very short amount of time and not all of you at once. Oh dear. Alrighty. So house rules. So I've already explained to you the point system that we're using. We're using the modified standard array. And I think everyone's got at least their stats distributed. Osaka, did you get that far?
No, I meant to do it, but I had something come up at work, so I am that time this week. Maybe we could.
Oh yeah, don't worry. We'll be doing this session as well. Don't worry. That's why I'm leaving plenty of time for us to do kind of character stuff. The leveling up is going to be milestone. So at certain points, I'll just decide, okay, you've now reached this milestone. I'm going to level you up. The first 2 levels are going to be relatively quick, because obviously nobody wants to be 1 and 2 for ages, because you don't actually get any of your proper class stuff until 3. So alignments, obviously characters can have alignments. Not a huge deal in my universe. I do allow some fluctuation, like if you are a lawful good character and then you just snap at something and do something lawful evil, for example, but you go straight back and then you're fine, then that's fine. Like if you were a paladin, I wouldn't take your powers away for that sort of thing. So there is plenty of wiggle room. Not going to play a massive role in my world, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Obviously we're using some of the Tasha stuff for like racial bonuses, so you can swap them around. What's that? Marchin, you've already done that. So if people wanted to kind of like move their racial bonuses around a little bit, you are able to do that. I don't have any races or class restrictions apart from you, Mizzow. You're not allowed Artificer.
Get the gun.
You're not allowed a gun. Maybe a pipe bomb, but not a gun.
You haven't even asked me what I do with it.
I know what you're gonna do with it. You're gonna make a gunblade.
No, I was thinking artillerist, but okay. Support. It's like their support class, but go on.
So we can do that. So for your character backgrounds, you can customize it. For me, just because I am still new and I haven't been able to do, I've got an awful lot English hard. I don't have an awful lot of experience to actually like customize like your like skills and whatnot due to your background. It's helpful for me if you go into the player's handbook, find a background that's close to what you have or what you would like, and then you can just like change the name of it. I think Marchin, you've done that already.
I did something very, very similar to that.
Yeah. So that's just more to help me. So if you have like extra skills and stuff, if you choose something from the player's handbook and then you can just plaster a new name on it. That's more personal to what your character is. So crit hits, for example, we're going to critical rolls. They're going to behave as you would normally expect. You get a crit, yay, good happy times. Critical failures, I don't like the aspect of hugely punishing because you got a 1. I'm more aligned to having an embarrassing failure, but nothing that's going to do like absolutely destroy you. Like, oh, you rolled in that 1, you fall on your sword and you take 5 points of damage. Like, I don't agree with that sort of thing. If it's like, oh, you got a 1, you like instead of hitting the striker dummy, you dance with them, sort of thing.
I like the, oh, you threw your sword instead of, just hitting someone with it.
Yeah. I think you used that in your campaign, actually.
Pretty sure I did.
I think it was was it Mizzow?
Pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it was when you did the diving attack. Yeah, you lost grip of your swords.
And it was also Red when she swung with her quarterstaff. She actually threw it over the
Oh yeah.
Yep.
They're slippery.
You swing your quarterstaff, you land flat on your face on the ground.
I mean,
You swing your quarterstaff, and then all I'm imagining is like people standing on rakes and the pole end coming up and smacking them in the face.
You smack yourself in the face, you got a nice bruise, congratulations. Have a gold star, you tried.
One bludgeoning.
We also have inspiration, so if you do something that I find particularly impressive, I will reward you with inspiration. So that you can get just like random inspiration here and there if I think, okay, that was pretty big brained, well done for catching that, sort of thing. Initiative, we obviously know how initiative usually works. I mean, on here it's all calculated for you. So
This inspiration thing, does it work similarly or different to like Osaka's inspirations?
They are separate. They're separate to Osaka.
I know they're separate, but do they work similarly, or are they different?
The inspiration that I give, you can hold on to, and you can take that. You can hold on to it for like 3 sessions if you wanted to.
It's a difference between adding a D and adding whatever bardic inspiration gives you to actually re-rolling your roll.
Yeah, it's re-rolling.
Because inspiration
okay.
What she's talking about is an actual re-roll.
Yeah.
It's a re-roll of your D20 die.
Yeah, so let's say you got inspiration 4 days ago, and then you're trying to make this charisma check. You're trying to get this girl. You failed badly. You failed badly. You could use your inspiration, hello socks, to completely re-roll that, and then you could have a second attempt at it. You can also give that inspiration to somebody else if you wanted to. Like if somebody had a crucial life or death check for whatever odd reason, you could give them your inspiration so they can try and make their roll.
Oh, so I can pass it.
Yes, you can pass it.
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
Yes, so you can pass it to other people. Like if a whole bunch of you have inspiration, and this one person is in a really, really tight spot, you could just like give him an inspiration. Fuck, you still failed. You can have my inspiration as well. Like there's
All I'm imagining is like Miguel from the Road to El Dorado with his guitar in the background.
I love that reference.
Yes. Oh, so you have to sit right there.
Yes, mother.
Cat cam required.
Cat camera required. Bless you.
Thank you.
So starting gold. So what I'm planning on doing is, let me find it in the player handbook.
Oh, I can't wait for this one.
Yes.
God, no. That's awful. Already. Someone's gonna be very upset.
Someone's about to be very, very upset. And I
My
just
backstory is obviously that I'm a rich widowed woman that
Hey, sis!
where is it? It's in here somewhere.
It's about to be very upset.
So how did you lose your husband? Oh, it was in combat. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I was there. Oh my god, were you fighting with him? Yes. Oh my god, that's such a shame.
Yeah, shame. Meanwhile, stuff spot us with money. Yeah, it's a real shame.
Load shotgun, shame. Right. So on the player's handbook, page 143, there is a table. So this is starting wealth by class. So you guys can assume maximum for this one, just because it's first campaign. I'm letting you be a little bit lenient. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with the maximum amount of gold you have. With that gold, you can subtract how much it is to have like a little bit of starting equipment, like just enough to get you through like first combat, as it were. After that, I can let you loose to go shopping with whatever gold you have left. So for example, fighter gets 200 gold maximum. Yes, Soxy, I see you.
Read what a monk gives you.
Yeah, 5d4. It's jack shit.
You get 20 gold.
20 gold.
Can I get a page number again, sorry?
143. 143. It's chapter 5 equipment.
I literally just came across it as you said it, but thank you.
Yes. So assume you rolled the maximum for this, and then that would be your starting gold. Then subtract what you need for your armor, for your weapon, any pots that you might have, sort of thing. And then that can be whatever you have left is how much money you have left to spend for until you earn some more gold through whatever odd means. So that also brings us on to your actual starting equipment. You can obviously, your class will have like what you can have as a starting equipment, so choose from that, find out how much gold it is, subtract how much money you have, and then we can worry about like getting tents or whatever else you might need for adventuring at a later date. In terms of the setting, that might be important for people for decision making. For the first little while, you are going to be in an urban environment. You're not going to be out in the wild. Maybe by the time you're level 4 or 5, then you're probably going to start leaving the city. You might leave a little bit early. It depends on how you guys completely derail the story. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, indeed. Right, so death is going to be pretty much similar to how you would expect. You get your 3 death saving throws. If in the unfortunate thing that you do die, you can be resurrected. So you can either use Revivify if you have it, resurrection potions, or you can go to a temple and pay somebody to bring your ass back to life. So you just have to make sure you have the body. If you don't have the body, then you're dunsies.
Sorry, is there any negatives to reviving? Like, is there a stat loss or anything?
There'll be
there's one ability that has a direct negative. It's called Resurrect Dead. It's Resurrect Dead. It's a -4 to literally all of your rolls, but that goes away after you take a long rest.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
It's a we're not gonna, if we have to use that ability, we're gonna be resting anyway because it's a 10-minute cast time. So it is not in the middle of a combat ability.
Yeah. If you are, for example, resurrected at a temple because you fell on a spike trap for whatever odd reason, you might have what we call fatigue. So a fatigue is on a 6-stage scale. 1 being you're just a little bit tired, 6 being you dead. And you might fall on there, and you'll probably start maybe around about 2 or 3 or something. We can have a little roll. I'll look at the stats and everything properly. Let me actually see if I can find it. Fatigue. Or exhaustion. Exhaustion is the other one that... Yeah.
You were saying that, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's a different word for that.
Yeah. Yeah, so step 1 of exhaustion is you have disadvantage on ability checks. Step 2 is that you have stage 1, but you also have your speed halved. Stage 3 is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, as well as the other 2. Stage 4 is hit point maximum is halved. Stage 5, your speed is reduced to 0, and 6, you die. So don't hit 6 level exhaustion. Or you did. And you have to be resurrected again. There is also reincarnation. You have to roll to see if you're to see what race you become if you are reincarnated.
Question. Can I become a little tiny shark minion?
No. However, if you go Arcane Trickster, I can give you a familiar that's a little baby shark. Or an otter.
I'm very tempted.
Please, God Almighty.
There is also some homebrew stuff that's going on, mostly with the familiars for the time being. I do have that written up, and I will be putting a document together that will be on the same page as your character sheets on the Google Drive, and there will be references to any changes that I'm doing for particular spells or features or something up to that extent. Do we have any questions about anything I've said so far?
Nope.
Seems clean cut so far.
Alrighty. Right. Character creation. So, Marcin, you are now changed to Warlock.
Yes.
No take backsies.
No take. This is fine. This is fine. I am a Warlock. I'm going Warlock.
Okay. So for backstories, either you guys can jump into a voice channel with me by yourself anytime within the next 2 weeks, and then we can discuss it. Because you might want to keep your backstory hidden from the other characters and then reveal solely, or you might not want them to know at all. So we can do that. So don't worry too much about the details of your backstory. If you do want me to insert NPCs like family or people who've helped or whatnot, put that in your backstory as well, and then I can get them made up if I ever feel the need that we're going to be anywhere near them. Just to enrich your world a little bit more. So Mizzow, you're basically done, quote unquote.
I mean, the sheet's there. So here's the thing about the sheet. Basically the questions I was gonna ask is like, where do you want me to put stuff? Because I actually kind of have a lot at level 1. But I guess this also applies like inside the actual map tools thing.
Yes.
I know that you and Marching were endlessly talking about things like macros and things like that, and I assume that's what you did, like for me to have that longsword button.
Yeah.
So this is a genuine like no troll, right? At level 1, I have like 5 different things I can do that are just my class.
Yeah.
2 of them are unarmed attacks. One's a D8, one's a D6. Longsword, I have a D8 and a D10. Now I realize that the macros, this seems to be like different buttons. And also I have like second wind, which is like a heal that I get at level 1.
Yep.
So is this something that you need me to supply to? I need a macro that does this, or is this a thing where you teach me how to do it?
Right. You can leave the macros to me, especially if we're doing this every 2 weeks. Then that will give you enough time to modify your macros if necessary. If you all double click on your token and you go to the notes page, you should have notes. In this page, I am going to be putting some stuff down for you guys, just like quick notes. Like if you're in combat, you're just like, oh, what do I have? Oh, I have uncanny dodge. I've got sneak attack. I've got this attack. I've got this special arrow that does this, for example. I will be putting that in there. But if you guys want to leave any notes from me, or if you think, oh, I do have this attack, I've got this attack, I've got this I can do, you can put that in there, and then that will mean that at the end of a session I can go, okay, do I need to change anything on your token? Oh, he's got a new attack I need to put on, so I need to make a new macro for him, or modify a macro. So the notes page is a good way on map tools to let me know if there's a change that you want me to do, or things that you want me to just be aware of. If you want to, you do also have on your character sheet, you do also have features and abilities at the very, very bottom of your spreadsheet on the front tab. So feel free to use them to also make notes of things that I should be aware of, if you don't want to use map tool, for example.
I'm going to start getting busy on.
Yes. So I think you are be good to go. Socks in a minute. Right. So you're basically okay and good to go. Marching is basically okay and good to go. Have you updated?
You have the notepad link, the notepad that I sent you, right?
Yes. Have you updated your spreadsheet?
The spreadsheet. I think so. Question mark? Let me check.
Yeah. Just if you've changed any of your spells, for example.
I did not change the spells in the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I did not do that. I need
yeah. Because I'll probably be using that to know what spells to put to make macros for. So you can either do it in the spreadsheet, or you can just go into the notes in your character token and just say, these are the spells that I'm going to be having. These are my cantrips. These are my level 1 spells. These are my level 2 spells, and such like. And then I can get that sorted for you. Vast, I think you are just about done as well.
I'm pretty much good. I'm just doing inventory stuff.
Inventories, okay, that's good. Yeah, so you've got that. Okay, so it's mostly Red and Osaka that I need to get helped with your characters.
Yeah.
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 So, Sandra, I know we've dealt with your point distribution already, so I know we've done that. Osaka, I think you still need to do yours.
Yes, I do. I need to do most of it.
No worries.
Right, I meant to do that before this session, but like I said, I've been.
Don't worry, Osaka. I've really done nothing.
Yeah, no worries. That's why I've got all of this for you. All right. So I know what your classes are. I know what your races are. If you go into the Discord, I mean, this is completely optional. You don't need to do it, or you don't need to decide right now if you don't want to. But in the Marbled Fires, if you go to one of the pins, you'll have something, the World Notes and General Maps link. If you go on there, there should be a deities _v5. These are the deities in my world. You don't need to follow one if you don't want to. If you do decide to go for one, the only restriction is that you cannot choose one of the White Sanctuary. They are off limits. You can choose any other deity though. That is not of the White. So if you want to take a quick flick through that, I can deal with the cat for a moment. Right, 2 ticks. Yes, Mr. Feline, you're going to be doing this a lot. Come on. Alrighty, I'm back. I should also kind of explain deity involvement as well in my world. So, in my world, deities do sometimes like to interfere. So, particularly in some aspects of the story, which you'll discover over time, you'll realize that there's a handful of deities who are very active in the world and are not afraid to make their presence known. So if you do want to have a deity, it can have some kind of consequences because of it. Either they can, if you, let's say for example, you're in a very shit situation and you just make a prayer to your deity, go, what the fuck do I do? You might just get a reply going, dude, how the fuck did you get into this situation? What the fuck did you do? And then it's basically like an extra bit of roleplay aspect onto things. It can also be used as getting like an extra source of information if you are in that, particularly if you're in that particular sanctuary. Like for example, if you're of the Green Sanctuary and you're just like, the fuck is this thing ahead? Like it's a great big stonking tree. Because you are a follower of this particular deity, you can use your religion or your nature check in order to check for it. So it gives you an extra ability skill to use in rolls if you needed. So I could be like, okay, for this particular enemy, roll religion or history. And if your religion has a higher modifier, you might want to use the religion, for example.
Question: are we worried about encumbrance?
Encumbrance, you will have a carry limit, yes. I need to double check in the handbook.
I say, what is that carry limit?
I'm pretty sure the handbook has it. I'm just trying to remember.
I say, because just with one weapon and like the basic like explorer's pack, you're already sitting at like 67 pounds.
Oof. What's the carry limit for a monk?
It's strength.
based off of your strength, I think.
Oh, is it based off your strength? Yeah.
Oh, my strength is 12.
It's a monk?
Yes.
It's a dex monk.
15 times your strength score.
15 times. So that's...
Yeah. I can't do that math in my head right now.
180.
Alright, so that's...
Alright, well, I don't really think I can buy anything else. I'm left with 10 fucking gold.
Another thing that we can discuss as well is, do the party members know each other before the start of the campaign, or do you discover yourselves kind of at the start of the campaign? I know Mizzow and Marchin know each other before the campaign. I don't know if the rest of you want to be kind of stumble into each other before the start of the campaign as well.
I was going to say, does that not depend a bit on the backstories of the people?
Yes.
If people want to plan their own private backstories.
Yeah.
Not private, but their own elements to it.
Yeah, so if you have a backstory in mind and it doesn't involve like bumping into the other people yet, you can like DM me if you don't want people to know and just say want to do my own thing. I'm like, okay, that's totally fine. You can meet each other at the site.
Well, I kind of think with my backstory, the way it is, I wouldn't know anyone else because I come from the north from a fucking Dragonborn monastery that worships Uid.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, so you probably won't know anybody, which is totally fine. Marchin and Mizzow, I know you guys know each other. Sandra, I don't know if you have a backstory in mind at all?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Osaka? Any kind
I have
of
a rough backstory, and it probably wouldn't involve me knowing anyone, or if it would, it wouldn't be on a... How do I describe it?
Intimate.
Yeah, they might know me, but not... You know, they might have heard of me, but not know me, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I see.
Considering I'm a rogue, for now, unless I change my mind, I don't think anyone would know of me either.
Alrighty. So we've got two characters who know each other and the other three are just fresh faces. That's totally fine. I can work with that. So yeah, your character sheet will have things like ages and stuff that you can worry about that. Sandra, have you decided on a gender, perchance?
No.
Yeah, I put a stand-in piece of art here for you until you've
She's cute.
decided.
I haven't decided yet.
Yeah. So once you get all that decided, let me know and I can modify things as necessary.
Will do.
Fantastic. Right. So have you been looking at anything for gods, or are you not interested? Osaka?
Are you asking just me?
Osaka and Red.
Yeah, I've been looking.
I've had a skim. I can't make a choice right now.
Is it something that you probably will take up, or
Maybe.
maybe?
It depends on the character I create. So when I figured out a backstory, that'll help.
Okie doke. Osaka?
It's something I take up, but I'm torn between a few at the moment.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I need to look, because it's again, it plays into the characters' motivations, maybe, or not their motivations, but you know, their...
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I may interject here,
Mm-hmm.
I feel as if in this specific situation, Marching and I have a lot more valuable info about how the deities kind of work, if that makes sense.
You're free to speak on you.
So I don't know if giving that information to everyone else would affect their decision. Because
You can let them know.
I'm not sure where you're going on with this, so please continue.
well, if you actually go into the deities book, the first thing you'll probably notice is that there's a color coded system.
Yeah.
So it's, correct me if I'm wrong, it's more that you're dealing with a group of deities rather than just a single one, but you can focus in on a single one.
That's only for the black and the green.
Okay.
The rest
Yes,
are
but-
separate.
Would it be an idea, even if people aren't initially interested, because I know that I wasn't, to maybe go through the deities? Like, have a very, very quick skim with everyone?
Sure. I can go through the sanctuaries. So,
Okay, continue.
yeah. So, the sanctuaries, before, a little bit of history for the world is that several thousand years ago, there was a shattering of what the old pantheons were. What emerged from the ruins of that is what we now have as the sanctuaries here. So the Black Sanctuary, they all share their followers. So if you can be like a follower of Damara, for example, but if you were to contact Damara and she's busy, you might get Nuknala instead answering you. So they all share their followers. So you're more, when you worship a god of the Black, it's more that you worship that god's particular aspects, but when you actually commune with them, you might actually be like talking just to any of them that was actually available at the time. The Blue Sanctuary is is filled with kind of like older deities that were around at the time of the actual breaking of the pantheons. These are all separate. They don't really deal with each other much more than just like, oh, you again, hi, bye, sort of thing. So they're all separate. Red Sanctuary, these are newer deities. These ones actually formed after the shattering. So again, these ones are all separated. You just worship whichever one you like. The Green Sanctuary are very similar to the Black, that they do share their followers somewhat, not as closely as the Black, but if you were, for example, to ask your deity, oh, I would like to talk to, let's say it's Riona is your deity, and like, oh, I'd like to speak with Ciara about something, then she could get in touch with you for you, sort of thing. So the Green Sanctuary are very close with each other. I've got quite a tight-knit community, so they do help each other out. The Yellow Sanctuary is filled with deities that are specific to races, and they tend to keep to themselves. They do communicate with each other if necessary, but it's not a common occurrence. And the White Sanctuary is a muddled pile of mess that we will get into in the story. Just know that you cannot worship these deities at all, because you will most likely be executed. So don't do that.
You say worship.
Mm-hmm.
Does that include, how do I describe it? Like a bard singing songs about them. Maybe not like songs like, oh, look how great this deity is, but more like, oh, this is the story of this deity. This is the thing they've done.
Yeah, that would not be classified as worship. Worship would be actually like praying to the physical deity. So if your song was an actual prayer, yes, that would be worship. Otherwise, you're just literally saying a song or a hymn from them, but you're not actually trying to like hail them with any description.
Okay.
So, before we continue, I posted something in Discord. Pinned it to the Marble Fires. 5e Tools is such a good website to use because it has almost everything on there, and it's an easy place for you to just check shit out. And it's a good place for you to have everything without actually scrolling through the entire handbook.
Yeah.
That's really handy, Marching. Thank you.
Just if you go to home, you got classes, you got your races, feats, all that good shit. So like once we start going into feats and stuff like that, this will be the place to go.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Marchin. Much appreciated. I'll probably be using that an awful lot. Alrighty. So Sandra. So you wanted to be a ranged rogue, yep.
Yes.
Would you like to use bows or crossbows? Crossbows, just be aware that to reload them you do need to use a bonus action to do that, unless you decide to go for the crossbow mastery feat or crossbow expert feat. In which case you kind of negate that and you don't have to worry about that. They do hit harder is the only other thing. So
Yeah, I'm thinking like basic Skyrim mechanics here. Do I have to make a choice now?
No, but it's just something to kind of make sure that you're aware of.
I am. I need to think.
Yeah. Do you want me to do a very quick description of the subclasses? So once you hit level 3, you can choose a subclass.
No need to bore the other guys with that.
Oh no, it's like I've literally got very, very short descriptions for you.
Sure.
Okay. So subclasses that you can have the Arcane Trickster. You really wanted to play a Spellcaster, but you really like rogues too. Why not play both? Arcane Tricksters tend to be more intelligent than a typical rogue, as they use intelligence for their spellcasting abilities. They are able to create illusions, distractions, or do some damage with the power of the arcane by their side. They also have Mage Hand, which is handy to have if you want to blow something up in the distance. Then you have Assassin. This is another one of those subclasses that doesn't need much explanation. Pick your weapon of choice and then become the new hitman. Being able to plan ahead of your enemy's movements, making it easier for you to assassinate them when their combat arises. Just make sure you've got an ally by your side to work as a distraction for some heavy damage against your target. Also, if I remember right, assassins do better in shorter combats because they do most of their damage at the very start of combat. Inquisitive. Picture Sherlock Holmes in your mind. Now give him a dagger and or a bow. Inquisitives can easily find their enemies' weak spots by quickly scanning them during combat. This allows them to fully exploit it. They've also got an eye for the detail, making them the best detectives and lie detectors. Then you have Mastermind. Excellent villain, but also possible player option. Masterminds are always 3 steps ahead of their enemies, both in combat and at manipulating. This is the best choice if you're going for something like Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes. Having such vast knowledge of tactics and combat, they are a perfect addition to any party looking for someone who can help them at predicting their foes' moves.
I'm sorry, what was that character's name?
I butchered it. I'm sorry, I don't watch Sherlock Holmes.
Moriarty.
Thank you. Scout. You get to be that person.
Did you just say goats? Excuse me? That's racist towards all satyrs.
I'm gonna scream.
Scout.
Okay, gotcha.
Scout. You get to be that person.
People are offended.
You get to be that person, always scouting ahead, looking for possible dangers or tracking someone or someone. You've trained.
What your Alpha sees.
You trained to move extremely fast and evade all possible foes. By the time they've got near you, you've already stabbed them 4 times and escaped successfully. Swashbuckler. Grab your sword and start fighting on the crown's nest of a ship, while being over a moving spherical stone or on top of roofs. Your grace and charisma during combat are a marvellous thing to watch, as well as your bravery to go full speed ahead and clash 1v1 against your opponent.
I say you're really going into subclasses.
Yuni, I'm a satyr. I'm not gonna go anywhere near water.
You never know. Some ghosts like water.
Legs on the ground, please.
Thief. Fascinating during infiltrations, sneaking or taking somebody by surprise. Thieves excel at doing stuff without getting seen. Opening locked doors or chests or mechanisms, stealing invaluable artifacts, and claiming walls to access places you shouldn't be able to are just a few of the things you'll be able to do in a blink of an eye. Then we have a couple of them from Tasha's. Where is that's Bard.
Oh yeah, we're also gonna have like 2 sneaky characters because I have expertise in stealth, so I'm at a +6 for stealth checks.
Nice.
Also remember that you gotta remember that what's her face that Sandra being a rogue gives.
Did you
her
just call me what's her face? Watching, how long have we known each other?
I say what's her face whenever I'm thinking of a bunch of things at once.
Rude.
You should know this by now. I call everyone what's their face.
Her name is Mom.
Exactly. Go to your room.
I am in my room.
Go to the closet. I don't know.
Oh fuck. her being a rogue gives her like 6 million expertises and, and proficiencies and whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah.
Like, just because she's a rogue.
Yeah.
So, and then her being a satyr gives her another 12. So.
Yeah.
She has proficiency in literally all of the options.
Basically. So there's 2 more that were introduced in the newest release in Tasha's. Phantom. Phantom rogues have a strong tie with death and the realms associated with it. They either died and came back, or had life-changing event that heavily tied them to the end of one life. Phantoms can learn other skills from other spirits and wail while attacking their foes to psychologically or psychically scar those in that distance. Upon killing their victims, phantoms can create tokens out of their souls, enhancing their life with it or interrogating the spirits in them for answers. And Soul Knife. Soul Knife rogues are the ultimate assassins, killing their targets without leaving traces behind. Soul Knives can project psychic blades and psionic power out of their mind. These blades can be thrown or used in melee to directly pierce their enemy's souls, leaving no mark of the body. The psionic energy can also be used to mask themselves, thus becoming invisible. So that's a very, very quick rundown of the subclasses for Rogue. If there's any there that you're interested in.
I think it would have been easier for her to Sandra, what do you want to make your character? What are you basing your character off?
I don't know yet.
This is why I kind of ran through them all, because I know she hasn't set up a backstory yet, so she probably doesn't know what kind of rogue she wants to do.
Okay, alright, never mind. That would have been
yeah. Yeah, so I was just like, there's all the options, have a look at them. It was just more so that she can get like a brief kind of idea of what they all are, and then can go with it.
Yuni, I want to talk to you about deities.
Yes.
I remember talking to you like as soon as you started, saying that I wanted to follow that deity, right?
Yep.
I don't know if I want to follow the deity anymore, but I do want to I don't think I want to follow the deity anymore, because I think my patron's gonna come first.
Oh, I see. I mean, you can still have a deity and a patron. I mean, you can have it in your backstory that you still respect that deity, and that deity's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, fine. But I'm still watching you.
I think the thing I'm gonna follow is I'm gonna go with the whole exile thing, but I think it's because I found the ancient genie lamp or whatever.
I don't know. By the time that you hear what I'm planning to do with your genie, you might be like, okay, I'm sorry, God, take me back. I'm sorry.
No, I don't mind the whole genie thing. I'm rolling with the genie for now, but you know.
Yeah. I mean,
it's gonna be something, because I want that that's the whole patron thing. That's why I don't think I want to follow. I think the entire reason I got kicked out in the first place is because I got in contact with this fucking genie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with that.
Yeah, I mean, essentially what's going to happen with the deities is that the yellow, even though you don't follow them, they'll still like kind of keep a passing eye on you, because it's just like, you might not recognize me as a god for you, or for your god, but you're still mine, so I'm just going to keep a tab on you. So someone's going to be just watching you and judging you silently from a distance and whatever you do. But yeah, if you don't want to actually like follow a deity, that's totally fine.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Like you're still evolving your character. Like I'm expecting changes until we like lock in to the.
No, I think I'm gonna. they did that. So what I need to know now is actually the gold. It's actually like
what your patron actually wants.
no, not what my patron wants, but like, I'm looking at, I'm going through my items right now because I have the simple weapon, I have my ranged simple weapon, I have arrows, I have armor, I have the Dungeoneer's pack, dagger. Do I need an arcane focus? I don't think I need an arcane focus because my genie lamp is my arcane focus.
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I want a lamp. Do I want a lamp? Did I write down lamp? I think I wrote down lamp.
if you don't write down lamp, I'll write down lamp.
I wrote down oil lamp. Yeah, it's the
Margie, you can play brick. You love lamp.
You throw your patron at the enemy.
I can play who?
Brick from Anchorman.
Oh,
I love lamp. I love lamp.
You said the name Brick, and the first brick that I jumped to was Borderlands.
You thought about Borderlands.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, that's why I asked the question. I'm like, wait, which one? Okay, there's a conversion table for gold to copper, right?
Yes.
It's 100.
I'm pretty sure it's 100 copper to silver.
100 copper to silver?
I don't know.
It's 10 copper equals 1 silver, so just simple math. And 10
Oh
silver
yeah, it's in 10.
1
Just.
gold.
Okay, so that means this is.
The only weird one is Electrum, which is 5 silver equals 1 Electrum or some shit like that.
I think it's 5 gold equals an Electrum.
Wrong,
Electrum
because I looked at the table. It's silver, Electrum, and then gold, and then platinum.
Silver, Electrum, and then gold? Oh, Platinum's the top one.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing my math correctly,
Yeah, the conversion table is there with your money on 143. Osaka.
Yes, I am left with 1 gold and 2 gold and 99 copper.
Nice. Osaka.
Hello.
Hello. Right. You are doing Bard.
Correct.
Have you thought about stat distribution at all?
Said I wanted to be less of a combat-based bard and more of a charismatic, almost roguey bard.
Mm-hmm.
So I have
Nerd.
Screw you. Yeah, I have nothing. Like I haven't actually put anything into a sheet or done any distribution.
Yeah.
So I know roughly, but I'll need to just sit down and do it.
Sword
right.
Bard?
I was actually going to take him through the.
He said more charismatic, not less. He wants.
Yes. Right. So, have you had a look at colleges at all? I presume not.
Not no.
No. Okay. So, you want to be charismatic. So that would be lore. You wouldn't be interested in swords or valor. The other two. There's technically College of Whispers, but I'm not actually sure that's actually any good. College of Glamour, College of Eloquence, and College of Creation.
I beg your pardon. I was doing some write-up stuff there, Osaka. Can I get a what is it you're kind of looking to do?
Charismatic, so I would go with eloquence.
Yeah, Eloquence is quite a good one. He wants to do a kind of like a roguish style charismatic bard.
So less about like, well, I don't mean, well, how do I put it? Like I don't.
He
mind
wants
being
to
the
fuck
bard
that rock.
He wants to fuck.
I want to be the one that's kind of like this. Like I take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you talk about like types, I'm sorry to take this here.
Oh no, it's fine.
When you're dealing with like archetypes and thinking your level up system and things like that, think more of how. So if you were forced to fight, how would your bard get through a fight? Is it through weaponry? Is it through trickery? Is it through magic? Assuming that you haven't managed to talk your way out of a situation and you are now initiative rolled, how is your bard going to make sure that they get out of there alive?
Osaka?
Yes,
Sorry,
tell
I'm
us how you were going to fuck that creature to get out of it.
Yeah, I'd be more trickery based. Trickery is definitely the or like I say, yeah, less direct combat and more trying to find a way around the situation. Like my character would very much be hitting something with a pointy stick, or some weaponry would be the last course of action if there was any other way around it.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's gonna be a sadomasochist bard.
So would you consider yourself? So if you're in a combat encounter, would you consider yourself more of a backline support then?
Yes, very much so.
All right.
Or preemptive support.
Yeah.
You know, like I see an encounter coming up and I'm like, hey, I know exactly what I could do in this situation.
Yeah. I'd look at College of Creation or Eloquence. Eloquence is quite nice because that's basically like the purest form of bard.
Yeah, I was just looking at. Yeah, sorry, I'm just.
And also Glamour as well. I'd also look at
to
them.
go with a point of reference, at least with Red would understand it more. He's trying to be Dandelion.
Don't sleep on lore.
Yeah.
Then as well, lore's in the base handbook. Lore's very cut and dry. Lore's very, it basically runs more on your base bard features. It gives you more. It gives you an extra magical secrets, which gives you more spellcasting options. But one of the big things about it is that you get 3 more skill proficiencies. So if you're gonna play a character that's more about like that kind of aspect of stuff, then that's a very cut and dry college that could probably facilitate that. Why are you giggling?
You said cut and dry, and one of the College of Lore special skills is cutting words.
Amazing. Love cutting words. Cutting words is such a good ability.
I love the description of this. I'm reading the College of Glamour, and it says, at the 14th level, your appearance permanently gains an otherworldly aspect that makes you look more lovely and fierce.
You become an Asimov. Just boom.
If I may.
You may.
And I'm just gonna say this straight. Also, do you know what bard does? Like, if you had a really good read over it.
I know the core. I know the core of bard. Like, I mean, I've not played a bard, if that's what you mean.
Bards can basically cast every single spell in the game.
Yes.
Oh. I mean,
Well, not every single. It has certain spells, and it has more support-based spells.
this is what I was talking about the magical secrets thing. So a base bard gets magical secrets at 10, 14, and 18. Lower bard gets it at 6 as well, and that allows you to nab 2 spells off of any spell list in the game.
Oh, really?
And it doesn't need to be like 2 off of cleric, 2 off of druid. It can be, I want 1 cleric and 1 wizard. You literally take your entire bard spell list and compare that to every other spell list in the game, and you go, hey, see all the spells that I don't get, I get to fucking pick and choose. It's like
You can pick up less.
it's fucking pick and mix at the cinema. You can have whatever the fuck you want. That's like your big thing.
That's kind of wacky.
This is what I mean. If you wanted to play that very kind of backline support, something like that might work out for you, because every now and again you're just able to go, something on my spell list just isn't facilitating what I want to do. Let me look at the entire fucking book and just handpick what I want.
As I think about that, I'm thinking how this could all play in. I think I need to discuss with you guys a bit more, probably at another time, about how I could effectively use that.
If there's ever a time to discuss it, it's now.
Yeah, this is what session 0 is for.
Now is the day to discuss all of this.
Yeah, because I'm
I think without doing more of my character sheet, it's kind of hard to plan this once I've thought of stat distributions and such. Because stuff like that sounds good on paper, but if it didn't align with how I want my stats to be rolled, then, you know, I essentially have this ability that's really super cool, but I can't make the most of it.
So do we want to DM and Osaka? Do we want to just have the bard conversations just now, or do you want to give Osaka more personal time and then come back to this?
Well, part of my worry is that obviously it's good to have you all here to actually kind of discuss it, because I know Sandra is also trying to get her character sheet sorted. So let's see what we can do today. If you need any more time to do something, then we can convene over the next week.
I meant like literally this second, or do you want to move on to somebody else at the table and give him more time to read?
Oh, I see.
Or do you want us to just have the bard conversation?
That depends. Osaka, do you want to have a couple of minutes and then I can try and help Sandra?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple minutes would be good.
I don't know how much of use I am when there's like a ton of people here, so like just get other people sorted and I'll try this on...
I mean, basically it's just you and Osaka that need sorted. Everyone else is basically done.
Right.
So.
I don't know how much of use I am gonna be at this second.
It's fine.
Well, we have the bard conversation then.
Before you get into the bar conversation, I'm just going to let Yuni know.
Mm-hmm.
I have all of my stuff on my token. I have all of it written down. All of the things that, like, essentially I need everything redone on my token, and I have all of my special abilities and my items on my token. Right?
Oh, I see them.
Do you want me to put that also into my spreadsheet? Like Bottler's Fight and Genie's Wrath, for example.
You don't need to, because I can use this to keep track of. So what I'll do is, this waiting room, you'll always have access to this during the campaign. At the end of each session, I will copy your tokens and then I will replace them here.
Okay.
So you have them in a safe spot just in case something happens.
All right. We can also a good thing to you can also save it yourself. So like when we actually get into the game,
yeah,
we'll save. We can each save our own token and we'll bring it in later.
Yeah, that's also a good thing to do as well.
But yeah, this is what I have right now. So in fact, I think I'm gonna save this.
Speaking of tokens, where's Osaka's?
Yeah, I said mine disappeared earlier.
Yeah.
I must have deleted it by accident.
Yeah, well, I wasn't actually had anything on it.
He died.
And that's how he died, deleted his token.
Wait a minute. What the hell is this?
Oh, that's just graphics, ignore that.
I saw it, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yep, that's just graphics. That's just my terrible Mac making skills. Ignore that. Right. So we did Sandra's stats. Rogue saving throws are Dex and Intelligence, if I remember right.
Yes.
That's why they can be arcane tricksters.
Yay. Right, we can do your skills just now. Skills, like animal handling, acrobatics, etc. Right, no.
Sure.
No.
I don't know.
It's fine, don't worry. I mean, this is just more like how is this something that you'd actually like to be proficient in and get bonuses on, for example. So,
yes, but my answer's gonna be the same. Do I need to make a decision right now, this second?
well, not this second, but maybe we could try and get like most of the sheet filled by maybe tonight, or because there's some.
Not gonna happen.
Oh.
That's all I can say.
Okay. Alrighty. So how long would you like to kind of like think about backstory and all of this?
When do I need to have it ready by? Is probably the better answer.
If you could have it done by next Saturday, that would be brilliant, because I would need time to get your macro sorted.
I can work with that.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Because I just need to get all your attacks and macros working and your token made up. Alright, Osaka.
Oh.
Have you had a moment to think? Or...
Yes. I'm reading over it at the moment, but I don't think I know enough about D&D to be able to make an informed decision.
Okie doke.
So again, I might need some input on what would be a good
I
setup.
don't think that matters. The
Okay.
informed decision or not of you knowing D&D does not matter. It's what you want to do as a person. What do you want to play?
I was going to say, did you want me to jump in here, Mrs.?
Yes, please. You have the more experience.
No, I just math.
Yeah, this is your.
This is purely math. Okay, so Osaka, I'm gonna make some blanket statements. You tell me if I'm right or wrong, right? You want to play more into the charismatic side of Bard. Oh, good. Okay. That immediately, I mean, obviously everything in this game is a fucking number. Everything is a dice roll, right? So when you look at stats and statistics, your kind of two big things, like for Bard, are either you want to be high charisma, which goes more into your social skills, performance, deception, persuasion, blah 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 blah. But that also, you are a charisma caster. That means that anything you do with a spell, it looks at your charisma. So if you're going to have a high charisma, you're going to want to take advantage of that. Alternatively, if you wanted to be more of a martial bard, which is something, say, the College of Valor allows you to do, it gives you like armor, weapon proficiencies, you'd be looking more into dexterity first and charisma second, because you're going to be using dexterity as your like attacking modifier. Now, if something like a backline support, like every character tends to always have like their two main stats. For example, alright, he's fucking just muted himself. I was going to use him as an example. Vast, help me out here, right? So you being a dex monk, what would you consider your second main stat?
I would say probably Constitution, since I'm a frontline fighter. So if I do get hit, I have the hit points to actually survive.
And then everything else, let's be real, everything else takes a bit of a backseat compared to those two, because you literally like can't generate that many stats on a character, right? Yeah.
Or sorry, I have my number 2 as Wisdom due to certain spell or like certain abilities with my subclass.
Oh, okay. But the point is that you're kind of working with like two, but you always have like your main and your second. Me being an Unga Bunga fighter is I want strength first, and then it would either be like a normal fighter would maybe prioritize like constitution, or a couple of the subclasses like you to have charisma, Eldritch Knight like you to have intelligence. But the point is you're always kind of working. So if you want to have that big advantage in all of like your charisma stuff, and that's like going to be your main stat, magic is going to be much more beneficial to you in the long run compared to like a martial thing. That doesn't mean you can't fall back on something martial, especially if you're going to be like way in the back line. It's always handy to have, you know, something you can shoot or can throw, or, you know. So you also need to consider things like how, like, let's say like dexterity would help out your armor class if you're wearing light or medium armor kind of thing. But if you're,
or as if you play as a monk, it's your entire armor class.
it is, yes, not joking. It's literally dex and wisdom. But you're kind of wanting to play this kind of character that deals with a lot more stuff out of combat, yeah, through the art of talking and performance.
Yeah, performance, talking, maybe a little bit of trickery, which is why I was thinking, like, well, would dexterity be considered trickery, or would it be some other skill.
It depends what kind of trickery it is. Dexterity, the trickery side of dexterity would be like stealth, sleight of hand, things like that. You know, your ability to walk past someone and like nip the keys out their back pocket, right?
Yeah.
That would be something like that. Compared to charisma would be you could literally talk the keys off them, whether through the art of, you know, bribery, deception, seduction, you know, pick your poison, right? Yeah. Dex is always something good to have, but it sounds more like you're going much more into the social aspect of things. Which screams charisma.
Yeah, the more I'm looking at dexterity builds and like valor and such, the more I'm thinking, yeah, that's probably not the sort of character that I would want to play.
Okay, so take your big fucking 16, right, and chuck it in charisma. I think you're pretty set on.
Yes.
And see, I imagine Unico can see your character.
Yep, I'm modifying it as we speak.
Which should be a big help. Now everything's subject to change, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dexterity, just because not only dexterity kind of leads into like your nimbleness and things like that, it also leads into things like your armor class. Because you're not going to be a martial bard, your best armor is light armor. Light armor gives you base AC plus your dex fire. Like, doesn't matter what that number goes up to, it doesn't have a key. So the more dexterity you have, the higher armor class you're going to have. That's going to be better for your defense. It also goes into things like your acrobatics checks. It goes into your, anytime you roll initiative, dex gets applied into that as well. Do you look at all of your dexterity skills and you're like, hey, now they're all getting fucking buffed. A secondary, like, second stat you could probably go for is Constitution, especially because you're in the charisma side of things now. You're wanting to be looking at the more magical subclasses. Think lore and creation primarily, rather than like valor or
swords.
Yeah, swords. Like, they're basically off the fucking table, right? Where was I going with that there? Point. Yeah, so if you're going to be casting spells that involve a concentration is basically a mechanic in this there. You need to be like thinking about the spell constantly to like hold it, right? Anytime you get hit, you basically need to make a constitution saving throw, which determines whether you break concentration on that ability. Yep. So having that as a secondary or tertiary is probably what you want to do here. Now, if you were like a Valor Bard, I'd be screaming, you want Dex and Con, because you're going to be in there, but you're still going to have like magic as a thing. You're probably going to do stuff like hasting yourself, which is concentration. So I'd be screaming like, okay, you want your Dex up first, then your Con, and then a little bit of Charisma just in case you need to do something. But if you're being a backliner, Charisma, I would say Charisma, then Dex, then Con is like your big way to go.
Okay.
Something about let's just finish off the physical the physical skills, then the hard skills. So strength or intelligence should probably be your dump stat. Wisdom is just kind of good for absolutely everything, but because it's not like your main casting modifier, it's not going to be like super up there.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Wisdom, I was looking at Wisdom and I was thinking, like, how would that apply to a bard in my role? And I suppose it wouldn't really.
No, basically,
like
if you're going to look at, so we now have this situation where we have strength, intelligence, and wisdom left over. So if we just talk about the soft skills, then intelligence is, well, it's basically how smart you are, and wisdom is how wise you are. So which of those would you more consider your character to?
Well, if I'm thinking it's like, it would make sense to be smart, wouldn't it? Because, yeah, I think smartness, like actual intelligence rather than wisdom. Okay.
Another way to maybe think about that is that, so again, if you're going to be more into the social side of things, no, I'm asking you this because I want to like hear stuff from you rather than being like fully influenced, right? Intelligence is very good for examining things. Wisdom is very good for examining people. There's an entire the entire insight skill, for example, is basically your ability to read another person's and try and work out. You're able to pick up on their body language. You're able to kind of try and work out if what they're saying to you is like the truth and things like that. Personally, since you're talking about being like very much more into the social side of things, wisdom would probably do a lot better for you because it's got your perception, it's got your insight, which allows you to kind of see the room more, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Honestly, if you're being a backline bard, this kind of goes more in tune with like your tertiary. So you'd probably want to put this like on the same level as like Constitution. So right now you've got your rank 1 charisma, your rank 2 dexterity, and then your rank 3 is basically tied between con and wisdom, and that's like a range where you need to like make a decision on what you want more of. Unico, can I get the stat distribution again?
16, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
10. 16, 14. So if it's like 14 dex, 16 charisma, and what was that last one? 14 plus 14, 13?
14, 13, 12, 11.
Can I get the racial stat of Half-Orc?
That's what I was just looking up just now.
Ah, great minds.
Just finding it in the book.
I don't know if it's a +3 total or a +2 total. I'm pretty sure it's a +3 total. I think it's what, 2 strength and 1 con.
+2 strength, +1 con.
Oh, good. Okay. So this is where it becomes very good to like get your even, like your numbers like even, because odd numbers in your stats are basically fucking plus to you. So immediately, what you could kind of do here is, you could have, what's that? 13, 12? Did we say?
13, 12.
Okay, so you could round that 13 up to a 14, which, you know, you're now sitting at, you know, a 16 and 2 14s and a 12 instead. You probably want to put your +2 just straight into charisma and just wrap that all the way up to fucking 18, and now you're nearly capped at level 1. It's kind of ridiculous. Shouts to racials. And then all that leaves you left over as your 11 and 10. Very quick check. What are the saving throws on Bard? Charisma and
Dex, isn't it? Let me check.
Is it charisma and Dex?
Yeah, charisma.
They should have 2.
There's 2 of them. Saving throws, Dex and charisma. Yeah.
Dex and charisma.
Dex and charisma.
Okay, that's all good. So yeah, so basically you can have a kind of system like that. The alternative is you could let that 13 sit there and give your +1 to like the 11 if you wanted to make something else like a +1. But basically at this point, your int and your strength are like basically your two dump stats for this 11 and 10. So you could basically put them wherever. You're still gonna sit at a +0. The only thing you would maybe consider is like if you're ever going to get the resilient feat later on, but if you were, everybody and their mother would tell you pick up wisdom anyway. So that's kind of like where that's like if you're going to talk about like usability without like complete mid-maxing, I'm not going to have that conversation here. I'd be here for 2 fucking hours. But like that's the kind of thing you want to be backline, so con takes a little bit of a side grade, but at the same time con is very important if you're going to be wanting to use a lot of concentration spells. You would also maybe want to look into the Warcaster feat very early on. It helps you out with concentration and it allows you to cast spells without having a free hand if you want to have like a weapon and like ready to go in the background as well. But basically this is a straight get that charisma get that fucking up there and focus more on. Shouts to Vicious Mockery. How many skills does Bard get at the start? I know they can pick anything, but how many do they start with? Is it 3?
3, yes, 3.
Choose any 3.
Choose any 3. You also get expertise off the bat. No, you get expertise at level 3.
Yeah.
Expertise is basically just you get double proficiency on skills of your choice. So something that you kind of maybe want to think about here is like, okay, you get 3 skills off the bat. Level 2, you immediately get Jack of all trades, which basically means you get half proficiency on anything, like literally everything, which is really good. And then if you did something like Lore Bard at level 3, you'd get 3 more skills, and then you could rank up to 2 of any of your skills to be like expertise. So it basically at level 3, you're already pumping out like +4 checks on. You'd probably put that into charisma skills because that's the kind of character you're building. And then you're just rolling like a fucking madman. It's kind of wacky. Also, you get that cutting words thing, which basically allows you to shout really loudly at enemies, and it basically gives them disadvantage. It's wonderful.
Yeah, because I was also looking at stuff like Song of Rest.
It's a base skill, yeah.
How useful are stuff like that? Like, is that actually something that does come in useful, or is it just one of those things where it's very situational?
It's very passive. It basically means that you get an extra hit die on short rests. So every time we take a short rest, you passively give the entire group a little bit more heal.
Oh, nice.
That's all it is. It's purely a passive thing. Basically, it's that kind of idea that a short rest is traditionally an hour, and it's basically, instead of sitting there for an hour being bored out of their skills, you're probably playing the fucking banjo. And just making the entire experience a bit more,
Bearable.
and enjoyable and bearable. Yeah. Purely passive. And it just passively upgrades as well. The same way your Bardic Inspiration, it just passively upgrades, but that's something you need to physically choose to use. That's also another thing to consider, is that some of your things like Bardic Inspiration work off of your charisma modifier, like how many times you use them. So again, that kind of backline support style character would benefit more from that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's definitely the sort of role that I was looking for. Like you say, more of a. I'm trying to choose the right words here without incorrectly explaining. But yeah, like a backseater, the one who's sort of there. So yeah, supporting, I suppose, is the best way to put it.
You're supporting through magic, basically, is what you're going to want to go down. I'd be looking at how many cantrips you start with.
3.
2.
Oh, 2 plus a ratio if your ratio has any.
Oh yeah.
Spells known for, and you have decent spell slottage. You're just a full fucking caster. Look at that fucking spells known table. Fucking yum. But you got to remember that a lot of that is magical secrets as well. And that's the other thing to consider, is you go to the back of the book and you go, hey, here's my entire bard spell list that I get to pick from. But you get magical secrets just as a base feature at 10, 14, 18. Lore bards get one at 6 as well, and it's basically a case of what is it that by the time you hit to level 6, you're probably going to be in a very good mental position of, what do I feel like my class is missing for me to do the job I want to do? And then you literally pull every fucking spell in the game and go, that's it, that's what I'm missing, and just go yoink, I'll have that. Literally not even funny.
I love bards. I love bards.
It's really well. Plus, level 6 gives you the level 6 one is really good because it means you have access to third spell, oh boy, fly, haste, fireball, lightning bolt. There's so many good ones in there. But yeah, does that help, or do you have
a does help. I think we're on the same page of what sort of character I want to play. And I think your stat distribution suggestions are what I should be doing.
I would a really big thing I would suggest is familiarize yourself with the spells of the, and then start maybe making little mental notes or written notes of that's a spell that I would probably want to use, or that kind of fits in with the kind of character I am. That.
Yeah, I think I need to look at the spells more. I think that's one area that I just haven't thought about.
Yeah.
It's genuinely a case of, go to page 203 and just have 2 fucking handbooks open and just go, what is that spell, and just find it and give it a quick.
Yeah, you can also use the link that Marchand supplied as well. That'll have everything in it.
5e tools is the best thing out there. Unfortunately, do not. If you are ever to show it on stream, you will get DMCA.
Really?
Yeah.
Does
Yes.
this split stuff up class?
Yes. You go to classes. Well, actually, you can go to, where is it? Spells. You see the filter option right there?
And spells now?
Yeah, you go to spells, click spells.
Uh-huh.
You see filters?
Yes.
You can do it by
And then
level.
you
can do it
pick
by
bard.
class. You can do it by subclass.
That's very handy. Thank you. If you just literally click bard. Yes, you can literally use that.
It's just super easy.
That I would probably use that then, because
Just-
like you hover over it and it just, or you click on it and it literally just gives you it on the side. That's infinitely more helpful. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, like this thing is super handy. I just never did it before because I didn't know what the website was.
Mhm.
Like the there are multiple places that use this exact same thing. It's super handy.
But there you go. There you go, Osaka. A giant source tool for you.
Can I get the stat distributions again, just so I can put them in the sheet?
Can you local stream that to me?
You can actually jump into it yourself.
Into the sheet?
Yeah. If you go into the Google Drive with everyone's sheets, you should be able to open Osaka's. Hello,
I
Osaka.
didn't realize we could open each other's sheets.
Yeah, you can open each other's. Please don't mess around with other people's sheets. That will. I will give you a warning. If it happens again, I'm kicking you from the table. Like.
Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Hello, Bababoo. Hello.
That looks pretty banging.
Yeah, it's just the ratios I need. So I know 18's going here. It's just the
18's going there. I personally would throw the 1 into wisdom.
Wisdom's always.
Is that okay, Osaka?
That is fine with me.
All right.
If you're playing specifically backline, the con make a.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always played D&D with a philosophy of never have base con. You just die. You fucking die, dude.
Wait, what?
Never play with base or dump con. That's
Oh yeah.
dumb.
Yeah. Dump.
Never dump con.
Con is a dump stat. Come on.
Says the person who dies on session 3. Yeah. So now you're getting so basically like you have a million choices at level 4 when you get that first ASI. Like if you're feeling as if you need a bit more help with your magic, you can probably pick up a feat to help with that. Or you can just like jump your charisma straight to 20 and now you have +5 and it's fucking wonderful.
Yeah.
Shout the fuck out.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
you get 3 skills to choose from the skills list as well for proficiency.
To make this a little bit easier, the talk of backgrounds or custom backgrounds should come in here as well, because you can basically split backgrounds into like 5 parts. One part of that is your unique skill that you get with it, which if you go to the background section, you'll see just like all of them.
Yeah, I just found
The
it
other
here.
4 parts are basically your ability to pick up tools and or proficiencies. To give you an example, I'll use my own. I'm using my forte. I'm picking up a tool of cook's utensils, and then the other 3 I'm picking up skill proficiencies. So I get 3 from that and 2 from my actual class, so I have a total of 5. So if you want to have a quick look at that as well, and that would give you an idea of like how many skill proficiencies you actually have access to.
Sorry, I'm a bit lost at the moment.
I mean, he said persuasion, so I imagine something's going in there.
Definitely
Not persuasion, performance. I beg your pardon.
Performance. I mean, persuasion's good, or he can do intimidation if he wanted to go that way.
I went intimidation, I think.
Yeah, acrobatics might not be a bad shout if he's as well.
I was thinking more like sleight of hand.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
This...
acrobatics, I suppose.
Again, you have a lot of these to go.
Yeah, because you've got your base ones from your class. You'll have racial ones. You'll have background ones.
Wait, he's a half-orc. Doesn't he literally get intimidation for free?
I'm pretty sure. Half-Orc.
I beg your pardon. Doesn't she get intimidation for free?
Yeah. Menacing, you get proficiency in intimidation skill.
Bonk.
Yes.
So there, you get a freebie. Performance. For what it's worth, in the player manual, there's an entire ability, abilities section, which gives you like small examples of what each are.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that.
I believe it's on page 174.
It annoys me how the pages on like Google Docs don't match up.
I know, it's annoying. I mean, it's fine for me because I've got the physical book, but...
That's it, flip those pages.
Oh, I'm a flipping. I've got like fingers bookmarking three different spots.
Get the cat's tail.
I mean, he is here, but he doesn't like having his tail handled, so.
So?
It's not going. It's not going to stay. Right.
I mean, performance and acrobatics seem like the sort of thing. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably better than sleight of hand. Those two sound better. I was thinking deception as well, but I think deception I would have to play with sleight of hand if I was going for that role. So yeah, probably performance and acrobatics.
Yeah, you still do have another one as well because you get 3 as bard.
Just a reminder that this is just stuff that you're choosing roles. You're choosing skills that you would have a greater role to. Like, these are just things that you would be like specialized in. You could still make the rolls for deception and stuff like that. And considering that you're a bard, deception rolls would be very good considering.
Yeah, he's already got +4. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have a +4 to charisma because you are a charisma boy or girl.
Yeah, you could put 1 to stealth, for example, if you wanted to be sneaky to give that a boost. So you still, because I know you still have what? Yeah, the stealthy half-orc.
The stealthy half-orc.
The observation to be made here is that his class literally gives him free. Lower bard TBC would give him another 3. His background can give him up to 4, and he gets intimidation for free. And Jack of all trades gives you half proficiency on literally every. Oh my god, you're becoming a Mary Sue. Oh no.
2. Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he's literally becoming a Mary Sue. This is wonderful. And then he has expertise. Oh, bollocks.
Sorry, a friend just distracted me with a think.
Don't worry about it. Read over them. Like, that's read over them and kind of.
Yeah, I mean.
Your own thing.
Yeah, I think I'd definitely go for. Sorry, I'm getting distracted again. Yeah, I'd definitely go for acrobatics and performance as my first 2. But like you say, if I have a third, it would be either sleight of hand or stealth. Probably more stealth. Thinking about it. I don't know at the moment. I have to think about it.
Yeah, well, we could put it in stealth and you can change it. later.
Yeah, that's probably the best idea, if you wouldn't mind.
Yep. So we got those ones. You haven't chosen a background yet.
Is anybody here even using a manual background, or is everybody just customized?
I'm using a manual background essentially.
But
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
it's a manual background, but it's got a plastered name on it. So
I renamed it different.
yeah, so on Merchants it has like Exile, but it's the actual the background is Outlander.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you can do that as well. I think you have done that. You're Wanderer, but you've chosen the Sage background. Or did you changed?
No, I'm pretty sure Marching and I have the same like background skill.
Yeah, because I remember you two having that discussion about this.
Yeah, basically our group is never gonna go hungry between us.
Yeah, I have no.
It's fine.
I will always be able to find us food.
Same.
Considering my background, I will always be able to find us food no matter what. And I will never get lost also.
Yeah. Have you chosen a character name, Mizzow?
Yes.
Is it Mizzow?
No. What? No. No, I've become more attached to Cullen.
Oh, you have you? Surname?
O'Malley.
Oh, of course.
That was the dumb question.
That was the dumb question.
Of course.
Now, unlike 14, you can have a capital M.
Fucking moods. Fucking hate that.
So Osaka will have to do everything as well, but it's fine. I don't think Half-Orc has any variants that I know of, anyway.
Half-Orc is the variant.
Half-Orc is the variant.
Yeah.
If you wanted to be a full orc, there was a bunch of those.
Yeah.
The Half-Orc is the variant.
That's fine.
I think if you want full orc, you need to go into the DMG to get it.
Orc is in a couple of the other books as well, like Volo's Guide to Monsters and whatnot, as an actual class.
Nice. Is that where you need to get in?
It's something like that. Armor. Leather or studded leather? Or
The gold. He's got the gold for studied.
he does have the gold for studded.
Is there much for the role that I'm playing? I know I keep saying this. Is there much benefit in studded over normal?
It's literally an extra
Studded.
AC.
Yeah, it gives you an extra AC.
Plus one above leather, but usually you. I think I'm gonna go studded actually because I have enough gold for it. Am I allowed to do that?
I mean, if you got the gold for it.
But it's not part of the it's not part of your starting equipment that you're allowed.
If you have access to it in your starting equipment, you can get it at the start.
I don't have access to it as a study.
Well, then you just have to stick with leather then. Yeah.
Okay.
So look at your starting equipment for Bard, and then
Weren't we buying our stuff?
you buy stuff from starting equipment initially, just to get you through the first session.
I see. Right. Okay.
And then afterwards, you can go out and get whatever the fuck you want, if you've got the gold for it.
Understood.
Okay, there we go.
I don't think anyone starts up with studded.
Yeah, you might need to just start with flat leather, which is 11 plus deck.
Yeah.
I thought it was 12 plus dex.
That's studied.
Am I stupid?
Oh, you're marching.
Weapons. Any thoughts about weapons?
So, what is a simple weapon?
There's a table for this.
There's a table for this. So
Tell me
go
where it
into-
is, sorry.
Go into 5e tools and type in simple. You see the simple
you.
range and the simple melee.
Simple. So what I go on simple melee weapons and it says this table can be found in Dungeons and Dragons versus Rick and Morty Basic Rules Chapter 3 Adventuring. What? That's such a weird crossover.
Wait. Are you typing in the right place for 5e tools?
Yeah, no, I found it, but it's got like a little addendum at the bottom where it's like, oh, Rick and Morty.
That's funny.
So if I'm putting some, I can use. How do I phrase it?
Yeah, so as a bard, your starting equipment can be a rapier, a longsword, or any simple weapon. That's weapons for you.
Yeah, I'm thinking simple weapons. So I could use something like a. I'm trying to think. Javelins are like dex-based, right? Like javelins and I know there's stuff like hand axes, but probably not that.
You have access to light crossbows and hand crossbow.
Yeah, I was thinking of crossbows and.
Hand crossbow's not simple.
Hand crossbow.
Is it not? Pardon me.
Yeah.
Is it not?
You have proficiency in hand crossbow, but you don't have it as starting equipment because it's martial.
Oh, I meant just like it's a simple weapon.
Yeah, no, they're not simple weapons. Only light crossbows are.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go then.
Simple ranged weapons, light crossbows, darts, short bows, sling. Simple melees are clubs, daggers, great club, hand axe, javelin, light hammer, mace, quarterstaff, sickle, and spear.
So what's the difference between a crossbow and a short bow?
With a crossbow, you have to use your bonus action to reload, but it does more damage.
I'd probably go for a short bow then.
Okay, no. Also bear in mind that with crossbows you can also get the crossbow expert feat if you wanted to, which negates the loading part of it. It also means it also means that you get to use a hand crossbow and a melee weapon at the same time.
Probably not something I'd want to do, but
something that is like considerable is that because bards have access to hand crossbow, yeah.
Yes, they actually have proficiency in it.
Because you need to keep in mind that casting does require a free hand without an arcane focus.
And
so as much as you can't start with one, it might be handy to get one at your first convenience, and then you still have like a ranged option, but you can still cast like your spells freely.
yeah, that's definitely what I would think of doing. I think to begin with, though, a light crossbow, like a normal one, wouldn't be much benefit to me. Like, I think a bow would just be better to start with.
Yeah. So short bow. That's 1d6.
Actually, that's a really handy website, dude. I wish you'd liked this ages ago.
I knew that it existed. I knew that people were using it. I didn't remember what the website was until like probably an hour ago. I didn't remember what it was. I just kept on. I knew that people were using this website, and people kept on saying it and saying it, and I was like, "What the hell is the name of this website?" And then I just go to it. I just remember it off like an hour ago.
Feline.
That's it.
What, this 5e tools thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 5e tools. Yeah, it's very good. It has literally everything, including shit from books that don't make sense. Like, it has a bunch of like laser weapons, like a sci-fi weapons, and it's crazy. It's very fun.
Mizzow.
Hello.
Just so I know, so on the leather part of the sheet, the armor, so I got leather, type PC dex. What does the DA mean?
I need you to slow that down and tell me if you're on the sheet or in the manual.
Sheet.
Where am I looking?
Front is where armor is, armor worn.
Okay, I see. DA.
Where are you looking?
Combat armor worn. It's a checkbox.
DA. Disadvantage? No, not that. I just had you then.
Is there anything in here actually? Let's see.
I think it may be disadvantage.
Might be disadvantage.
Because some armors give you
Oh, right.
stealth
What's it called?
disadvantage.
Like stuff like a full plate meal gives you disadvantage on stealth checks.
Oh, I see.
I think it's disadvantage.
Got it. Thank you.
You're
Shit like full plate gives you disadvantage on stealth check.
Suxy, are you that desperate for food? Are you that desperate?
Is he ever not desperate for food?
I think we all know the answer to that question.
But you're so fat. I'm trying to cut you back.
The fact is mutually exclusive, Yuni.
As if,
I'm not that punchy.
fucking-
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Alright.
Do you need a moment to feed the cat?
I probably need a moment to feed the cat. 1 moment, please.
1 moment, please.
I'm looking forward to using that against you, March, and I hope you realize.
Speaking of which, I got my my shirt and my sweater. It is so comfortable. I'm gonna take a picture of me wearing it later and just I'm gonna put it on Twitter. Both are so fucking comfortable, dude. Oh god, what is it gonna play? It's not playing, Scott.
Why isn't it playing?
Do it again.
The fuck?
Hell?
Oh, he was whiny.
Why didn't it work? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I know why. Yeah, I don't think you can put things that are more than, you can't do things that are like an hour and shit.
Oh.
I should have loads of music for when I'm dealing with the cat.
Hold on. I'll fix it again. Stop. Do you mean add it to queue?
Estimated time until playing.
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh god.
Fuck's sake.
God, why is it? Osaka, fuck off. Why is it estimated time until playing? What the fuck? There, we did it.
That's straight out of The Sims.
We did it, team. She's back already, but we did it.
Oh god damn it.
There we go. I think what was happening was that you posted the same link 5 times, so it kept on. The queue was 5 of them, so I just cleared the queue.
The fuck? The fuck? We got angry cat.
Hungry cat. Right. Any other weapons or just having a short bow?
Just short bow.
So you don't want a dagger just in case?
No, probably not. I mean, is that I should take a dagger? Is that like you should really have one?
In my professional opinion, I think you should take at least a dagger.
It's handy to have. It's handy to have a melee.
Does he have ammunition?
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question.
Yeah, you need ammunition. Like
You need ammunition too.
you need to buy arrows, mate.
It is my professional opinion for you to buy 20 of those because it costs 1 gold piece
For an arrow?
Sure, okay.
or 20 arrows.
Oh, that's not bad. Oh my god, this
It is two.
it's being so loud.
It is 5 gold. It is 5 copper pieces per arrow. So 20 of them is 100 copper pieces, which is 1 gold.
I get the impression this is their actual cat. Because it'd be very weird to just have a cat wandering around an airport.
Probably.
So how many arrows should I take then?
20.
Like, okay, I'll take 20 arrows.
20 arrows.
1 gold. 1 gold, please.
That is 1 gold piece. Congratulations.
It's like a day's wages.
Donald
we've
Trump,
just been
the
fed
art
you
of
that
the deal.
cat. This is literally just so.
Oh god. Oh yeah, I saw this one.
So cute.
It's very cute.
How hungry are you, you little shit?
Very hungry.
Anyway.
Yeah. So we got your weapon sorted out, your armor is sorted out. Next on the list is... Should we do background or do you want some more time to...
I'll need some more time to plan it.
Yeah.
I think I have everything that I need.
Good. Your background's all sorted?
Me?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is. It's the same background. Like it's the same one that's on there, and I already got all of my shit together there.
Yeah. If you guys once you actually get your backgrounds, like sort of like, oh, this is what I want to do, if you just send me like a quick message or a notepad or something with it in it, if there's any NPCs, just let me know and I can utilize that in the future.
A quarterstaff does not use my dex for hit, right? Or does it use my dex for hit? Or everything?
It's versatile.
It's versatile.
Yeah. So it uses...
No, finesse uses
Yeah.
dex. No, dex for damage.
Yeah, versatile damage. Sorry, my brain's getting distracted. Lots of information.
Okay, versatile. No, versatile is for 2-handed and 1-handed. Okay, hold on 1 second. It's, I think my 2-hit is always dexterity.
So you're gonna be taking a look at spells in your own time. Osaka.
Yes, correct. I'll have a flick through.
Good. I suppose the only other thing you'll have to decide upon as well is proficiencies like languages and instruments and whatnot. But
Yes.
yeah, but that's that's slightly easier than some of the other stuff.
Is there a list of proficiencies? Sorry, I suck at this.
Yeah, so if you go on to your class, so let's go into Bard, that's Cleric. So you get access to 3 musical instruments of your choice. Just double checking if there's anything. Oh, what does Half-Orc get? So for Half-Orc, you get Common and Orc. Do you technically have... You see, this is where I get confused with languages in D&D. It's just like, Orc has no script of its own, but it's written in Dwarvish. So, do you technically know at least some Dwarvish?
What page are we on?
Half-Orc. This is 41.
Language. You can speak, read, and write Common and Orc. Orc is a harsh, great language with hard. It has no script as its own written. I mean, what that basically says to me is that you talk Orc but write Dwarf. But
Yeah.
You don't speak Dwarf.
Yeah, but if somebody gave you Dwarvish script, would you be able to read that then?
Yes.
Yeah. So technically you can read Dwarvish, you just can't speak it.
Yeah. If the dwarf man speaks to you, you know no. The dwarf man hands you a letter, you know.
Oh, I see.
Like English and Scottish.
Wait a minute. Yeah, he's right. It's literally just, speak Scottish, write English.
I mean, technically Scottish is its own language.
We are now bilingual, and we've been bilingual for nearly a year. I can't fucking believe it. It's so dumb. Oh yeah, relentless endurance. Where you just tell death, fuck off.
Someone bonks me from behind, like stabs me with a knife. I'm like, hey, why'd you do that?
You get a freaking you get a what's it called for free?
A free death save.
Basically,
Yeah.
I have home gang or living dead.
Yeah, you basically have home gang. Until you get smacked again, then. Oh, that memories. I should get that video as well. Right, where's D&D? There you go. There's something for you to watch. Yeah, so when you actually choose a background as well, you'll get some more like stuff that you can add as well.
Okay, so Yuni.
Uh-huh.
Before I go, let's go over what you needed and what else I need to get.
Yep.
So I'm a warlock.
Yep.
I have the spells that I currently have that I'm gonna start with in my notes on my token.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna have to change everything around because all of the current stuff that are on my token right now is very wrong.
Yes. I'll have to redo your token.
Yeah, we have to redo my token. I have my items. I have the armor. I have a quarterstaff, a short bow, and 20 arrows, and 2 daggers.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my current weapons. I have a Dungeoneer's pack, and I have my oil lamp, which is essentially my it is my everything when it comes to my spell focus. It's essentially that. It's my I have my two things that come with me being a genie warlock, and that's it. And then my character sheet, I have my everything is listed out proper. Everything is listed out proper with my ability scores, my saving throws, my proficiencies, and everything else. My spells are correct on there also. So, and I have my background down there also. So, anything else that you need?
I think the only thing I need is like a kind of a slightly more detailed background, if you want to supply that as well.
I'll type it up for you.
Yeah. I think that's all I really need.
Let me just here also.
Also, don't forget to have a word with Mizzow and then discuss your kind of merged backstory.
Me?
Yeah, you and Mizzow.
Oh fuck! I don't.
Hi.
Yeah, because you guys meet before the start of it, so you need to have a word about how exactly you met, how long you've been together, that sort of thing.
Bum, ba, bum, bum.
You are an absolute terrorist. I hope you know this.
Yes. I wouldn't have it any other way.
There you go, Osaka. You got a new token.
I got everything.
Please don't randomly delete this one.
Wait, did that genuinely happen?
I think that's what happened. I think it just vanished into the ether.
I think it might be when I disconnected.
If you disconnect, it shouldn't do anything.
Probably when you
took it with him into the void.
I don't know. So 108 gold, 2 silver.
Actually, let's see if I can actually. Yeah, no, I think the token actually was deleted because it's not. I don't see a second Osaka on here.
Strange.
Did you ever just like delete yourself?
I strive for that every day.
But wife,
The
cats.
sweet embrace of death.
But cats. You've still not met Socks and given him a cuddle.
That's true.
Oh, another thing I forgot to mention before we start. So for the actual campaign, I'm gonna try and balance exploration with roleplay with combat. Be warned, depending on what happens, you might go an entire session without combat. Just bear that in mind. And there might be like some sessions where it's just like, okay, you were midway through combat last time. The rest of this combat is still going to take the rest of this session. So, depending on how big the boss fights go and whatnot.
That's fine. I think I've had a session when I was like playing back in Denmark where one combat stretched over 2 sessions.
Yeah.
From back to back. Oh boy.
Yeah, so.
Yuni, essentially it's going to be the same thing as my previous background, except this one changed. Instead of me being born with it,
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah. Right, okay.
That's the one change.
Okay, doke. I can work with that. So yeah, if you want, I mean, for you guys, if you want to create like your own your own village name, or if you want me to do that, I'm happy to do that, or have to go with it.
Came from and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I haven't created every single tiny little village in the world, so
I'll
Why
leave
not?
mine entirely up to you.
Alrighty, that's no worries.
It's same for me because I'm pretty sure you already told me essentially where I've been coming from.
Yeah, it's just like the name and such. Like if.
No, I'm bad at coming up with names and lists.
Alrighty, I'll do that. So what I'll do is I'll probably write up a quick little thing, send it to you, and see if you like it.
That's fine. But yeah, I think that's it. And let me close out of here and just make sure that this is.
Oh, never mind. I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, it goes with the name. So I come from the monastery of Drak. My character's name is Draknial. So every like dragonborn from the monastery has their first name Drak.
Oh, I see.
That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Let me
But yeah, I think that's.
put that down. Right.
Oh, you're actually streaming this shit.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
Oh no.
I did say.
I swear she said.
I did say. I showed you all the stream layouts and such. Like.
No, I know, but I didn't think you were streaming session 0. Oh no, hold on.
The template literally said session 0 when I sent it to
Oh
you.
no! Oh no! I don't give a fuck.
Rapidly changes. I mean, we're at the end of the session anyway. It's a bit late.
Yeah, I know.
All right, and I'll leave you to do the token stuff because I don't know how the fuck this works.
Yep, no worries. Leave that to me. That's what I'm here for.
But otherwise, all the information that you really need should be under the character sheet.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. That was unfortunate.
I mean, Mizzow's been in my chat as well. I've noticed, saying hi to people who came in.
Yeah. I thought this is common knowledge.
Yeah, I did say.
It wasn't common knowledge. I would have.
Oh, I didn't
No.
notice either.
I mean, to be fair, Barchin, I did say I was going to stream it, and you just say, "Oh, I have to change my icon." I remember that.
I remember that, but I didn't even remember that you were doing session 0.
Did you post your link to your stream anywhere, Yuni?
No, I can do so. Give me a moment.
In future, feel free to use the live thing.
The live
if you
thing?
want. The live channel.
Like go.
Oh, I see. I see.
Feel free to use it if you want.
Well, fuck. Now that we're gonna be on Twitch, I have to be TOS safe.
Yes, you do.
Damn it.
This is why you can't D&D with Ash.
Oh Christ.
Yep, that'd be instant TOS.
Alrighty. Mizzow, you're okay where you're at? Yes.
I believe so. I updated that spreadsheet to hopefully be more helpful.
Yes, I was going to take a look at that. That's fun. Mizzow. Oh, I see. Yeah. Also on the spreadsheets, if you wanted to kind of like write stuff down in terms of like the actual role playing your character, you can do all that. It's got like the bio and ideals and personality traits and whatnot. If you wanted just to use it as a jot down or a notepad or something.
There has to be a way that I can gain ownership of tokens by myself.
Sure, there is. Do you not have ownership?
I think the person who owns the token can change ownership, or they can give other people ownership. But I don't think you can forcibly take ownership of other people's.
No. That's my job.
Okay.
Vast, you're okay as well where you're at?
Yeah, I think so.
Marchin's okay. Osaka, you just need to do some background stuff.
Yep, I'll probably
And
be giving you some time during the week anyway, saying, well, probably both you and Shana, and saying, is this the correct thinking? But yeah, I'll be reading over that.
Yep, no worries.
There we go.
Feel free to ping me if it's about like technical stuff. Then
Yep.
that's fine.
Yeah, I think I'm good. So.
Yeah. And Sandra, you'll get back to me by Saturday with stuff for you. Yeah, fantastic.
All right.
Alrighty, do you guys have any questions, queries, thoughts? For
What
me?
did you call me?
I called you a thought, good sir.
That's how I met your mother.
And that's how I met your mother.
She's my DM and called me a thought. And at that point, I just had to commit.
So yeah, any questions or anything?
I'm pretty good. I've been good for like the past 3 hours.
Awesome. Okay then, so the first session will kick off on the 27th at the same time as this one did.
That's 2 weeks today, correct?
Yes.
The mayhem.
I know.
Well, fuck. Let me double check my schedule.
Oh, the humanity.
Please.
Please, okay.
And hopefully your microphone doesn't die again randomly.
No. I'm pretty sure that my mic is dead for real. Like,
Isn't this your new headset you got like a month ago?
I got the mic has been around for like 2 months, but for some reason between yesterday and today, the headset, like the pull down, stopped working. Like if I started off in the down position of it on, it doesn't work. But if I pull it up, it turns it off as if it's not working anymore. So like I have no idea what the hell happened. I just don't know. Like literally nothing changed.
Kind of like my car today when it decided to brake slightly.
It's super confusing. Like I don't know what happened.
Alright. I'm gonna save as. Oh no, not that.
But yeah, I'm gonna dip for real though.
Alrighty.
I'll try and do my best to help out Sandra, but God knows I'm gonna bore her to tears.
Yeah.
As long as you know.
As long as we both know.
Yeah. Sandra, if you want to talk to me about any kind of class stuff, I'll do some research into Rogue for you. I can help you out as best as I can.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to our session 1.
Yes.
Hey.
That's a no-go for me on the 27th.
When though?
Wait, what?
When are you available?
Wednesdays or Thursdays. I say because my work schedule is 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Well, we
So
can.
there's no way I can make it.
We can also do Wednesday. Because I know people said that Wednesday was also a free day. People would prefer Saturdays, but we can do Wednesdays. So, is Wednesday the 24th okay for people?
Yes, I have that, and I have the 3rd off.
What about raid, Shana?
Why would we be raiding Wednesday?
Because at the moment we are raiding Wednesdays.
I thought that was just this week.
No, I think that was an ongoing thing. We can probably shift it around. We can move it to Thursday.
I mean, we literally raid once a week. I'm sure we can move it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's probably fine, but we just want to confirm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you probably pen that in like as the what's the term they use? You know, like as a we will probably do this, but we just need to confirm.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did they make my schedule this? This makes no sense for me.
Yay for work scheduling.
What's that?
Like they
That's
had
what
me
I
work.
do for a
They had
living, babe.
They had me working 11 to 8 all week.
Can you work schedule my work so it's not so much of a shit show?
9 to 5.
I would probably do a better job than anyone at your current job are
Fucking-
doing.
To be fair, from everything Mizzow has said, that's probably not difficult.
Nah. But then again, we also manage like over 300 people a week sometimes, so.
I'm okay with Wednesday the 25th.
Okay.
Because I'm actually off the sheet twice next week, which makes no sense.
Alright. If that's the case. I'll talk to y'all later then.
Alrighty.
Catch you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Alrighty. And I think we can probably round up session 0 there. If nobody has any questions. Sure.
Want to run me through dungeons in Final Fantasy 14 so I can get my level up?
Wait, are you actually playing?
Not right now, no, but I can boot it up.
Alrighty, let's round up all of this.
That wasn't really quick.